Good morning, good morning, good morning. Sorry for the slightly late start, everyone. Oh, I also don't have my camera, my light on. Bear with me. There we go. Oh, lights, lights, lights. There we go. Lights, camera, action. Good morning, everyone. How are you all on this fine and dandy Thursday morning? Let me know where you're coming in from today. Today is Thursday morning here in the UK. It is coffee and makeup time. If you don't know, my name is Lisa and this is Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty. Thank you so much for joining. Let me just see if I can sort this out. No, it's not going to work. So I've got a dodgy screen. Never mind. That's fine. I'm going to pull up the messages on this one. There we go, so I can read them a little bit better. Who have we got here chatting in the chat? Oh, look, it's Nanette and Ed. Just Nanette and Ed chatting among themselves. That's fantastic. How are you two? I hope you're okay. And yes, let's take the glasses off so you can see my little pee holes in the snow. Believe it or not, I've only just woke up like 5-10 minutes ago. Look at all that. I don't really can see. I've literally, well, I actually woke up like, I say 5 or 10 minutes ago. It's like an hour ago. But I was just taking off my, what's it called? Moisturizer from last night. I was just literally using my cleanser. And what I didn't realize I'd done is I'd basically, for somehow, the mascara that I used last night that I can't tell you about because I'm doing a whole video on mascara, but the mascara I used was a waterproof one. And as I'd taken off everything around my eyes, I'd basically smudged it down. And then I've not really realized until now that I've smudged the waterproof mascara all here, which is really annoying me now. And I've just realized I don't have any more cotton rounds with me because I took them in the bathroom so I could wash my face. Oh, that's so annoying. Oh, well, we're just going to have to roll with it because I don't have any cotton rounds and I don't think I've got any of my reusable pad ones. Nope. So there we go. Oh, well, there you go. Brand new. Well, welcome to my world. Waterproof mascara that just goes, there we go, just like that. I'm trying to, Lisa. No, Ed, no, I'm trying to, Lisa. What's that? Trying to what? Slow mode mods. Oh, yeah, right. Okay, I'll sort all of that out in a second, my darling. I'm just trying to make sure. Sometimes I really hate water. Does anyone else hate waterproof mascara? Like, I don't know what it's supposed to be. I just don't. I think, why do we need a waterproof mascara unless you're somebody that cries all the time? I don't really understand the need. But anyway, right, what am I doing? Slow mode and all of that. Right, hang on a sec, Neat, because the way I've set this up today, it's all very different on here. Right, I'll sort that as we go, Neat. Anyway, today I thought, she says, gathering a whole bunch of makeup palettes. I thought what we would do today is spring looks, some spring makeup looks that aren't necessarily pastels. In fact, not a single pastel palette. Let me have a look on YouTube Studios. So yes, so I've got all sorts of palettes in front of me, as you can see. Some quite nice palettes. They're all cheap palettes apart from one. Oh, I guess the two Huda Beauties aren't cheap either, the neon ones. But yeah, we'll go through all of that as we go today. We will also go through all sorts of other bits and pieces, really. I don't know what I've got to tell you about. There's loads of bits and pieces happening. We're getting feedback. Are you? Hang on then. I think, you see, I can hear my own headphones. So if I turn those way down, is that better? Is that stop the feedback? Is that stop the feedback? Can you still hear? La la la. Is there still any feedback? Feedback, back, back. Feedback, back, back. Hello, hello, hello. Is that started it? Oh, I can't. Love the feedback, Lisa. Right, is that, have I stopped it? Because that should have stopped it now. Because I've only got one. Hang on. I can literally only do one thing at once with these. Let me sort the slow mode and that on, and then I'll try and sort out the feedback. There shouldn't be any feedback now. Oh God, hang on 1 second. Sorry, everybody. Slow, slow, slow. Is this the one I'm doing? Yes, it is. Subscriber mode, slow mode. And we'll change that. Right then. Sorry, everyone. That should have been done. It's because I was late populating the stream, and now my numbers lock doesn't want to work. Right, there we go. So hopefully that has stopped the. So sub mode and all of that jizzy jazz is on, and hopefully that should have stopped the feedback as well. Is that all sorted? Yay! Right, it's sorted now. Fabulous. Thank you. It's because I've got my headphones here, and my headphones, these are my editing headphones. They're like a really good pair. And they're quite loud. So because I've got two effectively 2 streams open when I do these. I've got you on the phone as a camera because it's a better quality camera than the laptop. But I've got the laptop open so I can read the messages and do all the StreamYardy stuff. So what I have to do is I have to plug the headphones in, otherwise you get the feedback. So I plugged the headphones in, but because the volume was coming out of here, the phone was picking up the volume coming out of here because I could hear it as well. And that's why I was like, oh, but anyway, right, that's all sorted. Slow mode and everything is on. Hurrah, we can start. Great, fantastic. How the blinking hell is everyone? I need my coffee. It's been a busy old morning already. The dogs are driving me mad. But if you hear any howling today, and I do mean howling. Oh, and I just realized I haven't got my earrings in. I'll have to sort that. I do mean howling, like proper. That's not R3. That's the bitch upstairs. The bitch upstairs. The young doggo upstairs that the neighbours bought. Who I don't know what they're trying to do. It's heartbreaking. We can just hear this dog howling all day, and it is absolutely heartbreaking. It's not a staffy. It's a staffy cross something. But she just howls. This poor baby upstairs is like the whole time. It's so sad. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that because I'll get really angry. Anita, your parcel hasn't gone yet. I know, I'm crap. I've been poorly. I've been really poorly this week. Nanette, your stomach's hurting bad. That's not good, my darling. Don't forget to do the thumbs up to show Lisa your support. Yeah, thank you very much, Nate. Do the thumbs up thing. That'll be lovely. Thanks, Major. What was I going to say? Yes, so we've got lots to talk about today in terms of makeup stuff and what I'm doing and spring looks and things like that. So we're going to go through all of that today. Yes, Mister. That was Eddie. That wasn't upstairs. That was Eddie. You guess you hadn't posted it as it hasn't arrived. It might have been slow post, but no, it is on its way. Or at least it will be on its way. We're going out to the post office today. We've got to do a whole load of jobs today. So this isn't going to be a 4-hour one. Bloody waterproof mascara. I hate it. Why did I even put it on? Oh, it's still clumping my lashes. This is like, I took it off last night with my cotton rounds and my Moringa Balm, my Emma Hardy, or my, yeah, it was the Emma Hardy one, not the Lacura one last night. So I took it off with that. I did all my toner last night. I put a load of moisturizer on last night, and I wake up and I've still got the remnants of waterproof mascara all over my lashes. It's so annoying. So as I say, I took it off earlier, or at least I thought I had, and it's still stuck to my lashes. No. Let me know right now on the live, do any of you actually like waterproof mascara? Does anyone actually go, oh, I'm going to reach for that? Let me know, and let me know why, right? Because I'm going through, so I'm currently filming a project. It's going to take me forever to film, and I'm going through at the moment all of my 27 mascaras. However, it was 27. There's more because I found the MAC stack one. I found my MAC stack, so that's gone in there as well. I've got a new NARS one to try because they've got the NARS Climax that I think Anita sent me, the little mini Climax one. Well, they've got a new NARS Climax. It's called Climax Extreme. Climax Extreme. We all like an extreme climax, don't we? We all like an extreme climax. So yeah, so there's a new one of those to try. So I picked that up as well, the little minis. Because do you all remember when I used to get all the rocker boxes and everything, and I used to absolutely crap on all the minis? Turns out I really like mini mascaras. That's something I really like, because I've still got this bloody Essence mascara thing. In fact, this isn't waterproof, is it? Yes, it is. Was it this that I used yesterday? I can't remember which one it was. It was either this or an MUA one. It might have been this. But I've not normally, no, it can't have been this because I don't normally have problems with that. Anyway, when I've got a little mini mascara, that is so good, right? Because you can just go, you can use it, like it. Oh, it's run out. I've got lots more. Whereas some of these are really old now, and I'm still not chucking them out. So, God knows what I'm putting on my eyes. That's probably why. It's probably just the fact that it's a very old waterproof mascara that I used. Anyway, enough talking about mascaras, because that's for a whole new video. But I do have those, and I've got, oh no, I know what, oh actually that's interesting. I know which one it was. Interesting. Anywho, enough about mascara. So today, as I say, we're going to be doing some spring looks, but what I don't want to do today is faff on about pastels, because I am not wearing pastels today. I'm wearing a dark burgundy red purposefully, because you know, pastels are great, but not everybody likes a pastel. Not everybody wants chalk dust on their face. Some of us want to have, what's that? You should throw them out, Lisa, naughty, naughty. I know, I'm part of this is going through, and I will be discarding a lot of them. And but basically what I'm going to do, right, this project is going through, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, possibly 30 mascaras, right? So I'm going through them. They're all different price points. I've got higher end, I've got super budget, I've got Poundland. They are all at different prices. And basically what I am going through, are you collabing with Sarah Chapman on mascaras? I don't know who Sarah Chapman is, unfortunately. I don't know who Sarah Chapman is. Should I? I'll have a look. I don't know who Sarah Chapman is, so I don't know. I know a Belinda Chapman, but I don't know a Sarah Chapman. I'll have to have a look. Can Major, can you send me a link on, not a link, just send me that reminder on Insta. Cheers. But no, I'm just going through. This is the next one. I'm trying to go through my entire makeup collection, because after mascaras comes pencils. I might have a problem. I admit I might have a problem. Eyeliners and a couple of lip liners in the back, but mainly eyeliners. So yeah, I do have an issue with collecting and hoarding. Is Belinda doing a mascara thing? I haven't seen Melinda. Melinda. I haven't seen Belinda's channel pop up actually for a while. I'll have to check. I'm still belled. That's the word I'm looking for. I'll have to check my bell notification on that. I haven't actually seen. I will have to double check. But no, I've been trying to sort this out. I was going to do it as a tournament, and then realised that would mean doing one on one eye, one on the other, and really testing them. And that's just not going to be for me. Coffee time, by the way. What are you all drinking? Let me know what you're drinking. I've got just an instant coffee. It's supposed to be a protein coffee. It's got like 0.7 grams of protein in it. So Belinda did a comparison on mascara ages ago. Oh, did she? No. What I'm basically doing is I've got, as I say, I've got this tub of mascara, tub of eyeliners, and I want to go through and work out. Oh, I've got another one as well. Oh, actually, I know which mascara it was. It's one that I've got set aside for a video. So I'm going through all of my mascaras at the moment, right? And I'm basically going to be trying them, and I'm going to be giving them a score. And then when I compile that video, basically what it will be is it will be all about going through all of my mascaras, looking at the top scores that I've given them, and then working out, is it good value for money at that price? Does it actually work? Does it actually you know, does it lift the lashes? Is there a better one at the same price point? Is it worth spending a little bit more to get a better quality one? And then I will rank my maybe top 10 of my 30, because I've got indie brands, I've got like Medusa's makeup, there's a couple of different, there's an Allure, there's a, you know, the Ico London, there's all sorts, but there's also like your Maybellines, your W7s, but then I've also got like Bobbi Brown and KVD and Fenty and all sorts in there. So I will basically be working out across the board, what is it that I personally look for a mascara for somebody who is mid-40s? So my lashes are starting to really thin because of the alopecia. My lashes are, oh, I've got some news on that as well. I'm being referred for alopecia. Yes, finally. Only been talking about it for 5 years to the doctors, Jesus. But yeah, so well done, you lot. Well done. Well done. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Ow! Excuse me. Oi! No. What are you doing? You're now trapped, aren't you? Do you want to get down there? Is that what you want? Go on then. You don't just jump over mummy. Go on then. Sit here then. Ugh. There you are then. That's it now. You have to sit there now. You have to sit there now. Don't you? Yes, you don't just jump over mummy's neck. That was naughty. I'll forgive you. I'll forgive him because he's so gorgeous. Look how big he is though. Am I still taking my gummies? My hair gummies? Yes, I am. In fact, I was only looking at them last night when I was taking them, thinking, I need to buy some more. Starting to run very low on those. So yes, yeah, I am still taking the hair gummies. My lashes are looking okay, actually. My lashes are looking okay. I'm very aware of this mark here. I don't know what it is. It's just my skin. I think it is just my skin looking really dark and purple, and a little bit of this blooming sodding waterproof mascara. I haven't got, drives me mad when I haven't got any wipes. Anyway, I know. Hello, Eddie Munster. Look, they're all saying hello to you, mate. Do you want to just go look? Hello. Hi. Hi. You're famous on the YouTubes. Famous on the YouTubes. And you're a good boy. Oh, he doesn't like it because I told him off. Yeah. No. Well, then you shouldn't just like run behind mummy like that. Jump behind mummy's neck. Anyway, so that's for a future video. What we're doing tonight is today we are definitely going to be looking at all sorts of different makeups. So I've got some palettes for you to all vote on, as always. So if you don't know what the point of this live stream is, I basically do my makeup while I drink copious amounts of coffee. That's what we do, and we all have a chat in the live chat, and eventually we end up with a face full of makeup. So yeah, and sometimes we have the doggos interfering, as you can see. He's looking over there at his girlfriend. He's looking at Alvy because Alvy's now chewing a marrowbone, and I think he wants it. But you decided to sit there, mate, so it's your choice. You've got to sit here now. You've got to sit here with mummy for the whole live stream. He's like, no, mum, no, mummy. But yeah, it is an interactive get ready with me. And basically what that means is what ends up on my face is completely down to all of you in a live stream. So I will give you some various options on palettes, on colors on those palettes, and then we will end up with a load of makeup on my face. Now I try and aim these live streams at a slightly older crowd. Oh, Emma's here. Emma. Hi, Emma. How are you doing, my darling? I've just seen True Start cold brew coffee. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Yours is coconut vanilla and Laurie has chili chocolate. That sounds like rocket fuel. I'll have to check it out. I've got, look at this bit of hair here. Look at this one bit of hair. It's because it's all supposed to be tucked. Have I ever used cake liners? Only for baking? No, the truth is, Lizzie, I haven't yet. I keep seeing them. Sample Beauty do some, and Suva, S-U-V-A, I think it is, do them, and I keep seeing them on Beauty Babe at the moment because I've got so many liners. because I've got so many, and there's so many colours and so many, and I've got like new ones sat there in their boxes that I haven't even opened, and then I'm buying more. So you know, I've got and I've got another bloody mascara sat in there as well. So you know, because I've got so many at the moment, I haven't gone down the cake liner route. It used to be something we used to use on stage, you know, cake liners. That used to be something that you would occasionally find someone using, and it'd be like, oh, but it's just the faff. It's just the faff of having to, if it's the water activated ones, they're just really annoying. If it's the gel ones, then it's just a glorified gel liner. And I find gel liners, they can be really, really good for doing like graphic looks. But in my case, because I've got such hooded eyes, and because you just stay there, Eddie. 1 second, Eddie, mate. I'm just getting rid of that little pop mark that she's giving you. Because I've got such hooded eyes, like underneath is fine for a graphic liner, but anything I put on the top, when the hood comes down, I've got to be really careful so you can see the liner without the liner taking over. And sometimes I've got a video coming up for Monday actually where we're talking about a neutral look with a pop of color, for slightly older people that maybe have been using more neutral makeup for the longest time but just want to add a little hint of color into their looks. And so that video is coming up on Monday. But for me, if I use a cake liner, because their colors tend to be a lot more vivid, that's when that liner can take over. And I'm not a fan of this modern sort of, the current trend of graphic liners and empty space liners and all of this. It's not really my bag. So yes. What mascara do you have, Lizzie? Oh, go on, Lizzie. What mascaras do you have? You only have 2 mascaras and they are both crap. Oh, what have you got then, Lizzie? What have you got? I think currently my current favorite. Oh God, I've got Bad Girl Bang in here as well. God, I've got more. I keep just realizing I've got more mascaras. Right, that can go in the pot actually. That can go in that pot as well. So currently my favorite current mascara, I guess there are 2, and it's the Max Stack. So I picked up the minis of the Max Stack mascara. Hang on, which way up? Which way can you see it? Is that way up? Yeah, there you go. So that's the Max Stack mascara, and I think it's quite pricey. I mean, it's 23 quid for a full size, but even these little minis are something like £7 each for a mini, or £8 each for a mini, which is not great value, but that is very, very, very good. And the Bad Girl Bang mascara that Neat sent me as well by Benefit, that's also very, very good. I would say the MAC one takes, at the moment, the MAC one takes a slightly higher position of the current ones I've been using, just because of it's so easy to use. Yes, Albie, you grind your teeth on that bone. So yeah, so that would be my favorite. You've got a Rimmel and a number 17. See, I haven't got any of the number 17 range. Now it's been re-released, I haven't gone down that road purposely, because I know that I would be wanting to test the brand. And yeah, they are very similar. They are very similar. The Max Stack and the Bad Girl Bang are very similar. The difference is really in the wand. And the difference for me, the application with the MAC one, it's literally a one coat and you can see it. The Bad Girl Bang for me takes a couple of coats to get that same effect. And again, it'll be going through. I imagine they will both be in my top. They'll certainly be in my top 10. I imagine both of them will be in my top 5. Where they'll be in my top 5, I don't know, because I've got some other mascaras in there that I have been using for donkey's years, like the Revolution Big Lash mascara. I'm pretty sure you can still get this one. Yes, Eddie's just sat, he's going, oh, what's that? This is really good, but it's got a really, really big wand. So if you like the big sort of full-on wands, this is a great mascara at a reasonable price. It's like half the price of those 2. It's a really, really good mascara. So this would get extra points for being at the price point. And it's really, really, really good. Really good mascara. Totally recommend that one. And then I've got others in there, you know, classics. I mean, Jesus, let me know if you've never bought this. I don't even need to say what name it is, do I? There you go, this one. Have you never bought this? Let me know, because I'll be very surprised, because this is the standard Maybelline Great Lash Mascara. This packaging has been around since the 80s, I think, 90s, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it's been around forever. Do you like this one? Do you like this one? It's good, isn't it? Yes, yes. What? Are you being my sidekick today? Are you being my second chair? That's what we used to call it in radio. You're my second chair. Good. Good boy. Mwah. Love you. Love you. Love you. What? What do you want? I haven't got anything to give you. All the food and everything's down there, and you decided to come and sit here. Anyway, this is such a good. You've never bought it. You did buy the last sensational, yeah. But no, this is great. This is a good one as well, and it's been around forever, ever. You've never bought it. You need to shoot. Looking fab as always, Lisa. Oh, thank you, Em. You found that 2 coats of max stack is the maximum before it gets too clumpy. Yeah, you don't need to. Like, I literally do a full coat and then just like the base, and then by that time it's done. You've never bought it. It's your favorite cheap black mascara you have, Nanette. See, everyone likes it. Everyone that's tried it likes it, and there's a reason that this has been out for 30 plus years, and it's still going strong. It's one of the top 10 voted in the country in all mascara reviews, because it just does the job. It kind of volumizes a little bit. It doesn't really lengthen. It's not got the fibers in it, but it's got that really tiny wand. So it's great if you've got thinner lashes. It's great for under lashes, you know, for your bottom lashes. It's really good for that. It's good for getting into the corners. It's just a standard good quality mascara that's been around forever. So that could come up. That I imagine will be fairly high up as well in my ranking. It all depends. And then there's other ones that are going to be, you know, totally brand new that I've never used before. Holland here. Hello, Holland. Blue Chalice Arts. Hello, my friend. How are you doing? I hope you are well. Are you going to jump down? Are you going to jump down? He's like, but Mom, I'm all sat here now. Do you want to jump down? Why are you being so cuddly today? You're not normally like this. What's going on? Is it because you got stuck behind me and now you feel like you're trapped? Do you want to get down? Do you want to get down? What do you want? He's like, oh, but Mum. Yeah, then you can go that side. Go over that side. I tell you what, I'll move the pot of eyeshadow of eyeliners back over there. There you go then. There you go then. Oh no! That didn't work. Ruby, look, so yeah, no, that no, I've got all 3 of them. Yeah. Hi everybody. Hi. You all wanted to be on the telly today. You all want to be on the telly today. Yes, right. Okay, fabulous. Right then. Elvie, can you move as well? Get off Mummy. There you go. Thank you. Eddie, can you move off Mummy, please? Off Mummy's lap now. That's it. Go on then. Off Mummy's lap, because she's just knocked all the brushes down. Oh, lordy. Right, let's start with some makeup then. Wow. Yeah, we got 3. Elvie, Ruby, and obviously young Mr. Eddie Munster. No, Eddie. Why do you want to sit on the other side? What is wrong with you today? Why are you being so needy? You'll never like this. Right, there you are. Look. Oh, God. Right, one of you, or you're going to have to get down. Some of you are going to have to go down. There you are. Look, Eddie's going into your bed. No. Right. You sit there. You sit over there. There you go. You can sit. No, don't sit. Right, just stay there now. Can you see why they're normally in their beds? Jesus. Right. Thank you. You sit there. Good. No, just sit there. No, not on, Mummy. Thank you. Thank you, Rubes. You all just sit there. Right. Let's get on with the makeup, shall we? At 37 minutes into the blooming video. Poppy Austin. What's that? You're using the Bite Beauty mascara and it's very good. Don't tell me about any more brands I haven't got. Not bragging, Holland, just saying. What's that? You don't have any drugstore mascara now. Yours are all high end. Yeah, I get you. I do understand that. The Bobbi Brown mascara, I've got that. Seek out the vegan cruelty free brands. Absolutely. I don't know which of mine are. it is something that I am very mindful of as we move forward. She says, loving the MAC one. And I don't think MAC is considered cruelty free because they do sell in China. So MAC's relationship with cruelty free is really difficult because they are cruelty free, but they can't get the cruelty free certification because they sell in China. But however, they've got something like, is it, I'm sure it's MAC that have got the thing there where they're exempted from the, like the Chinese thing where they're having to do the testing. I can't remember. There was something about it. I remember watching something where it was basically that MAC is exempt from this, that, and the other. But anyway, we'll deal with that. I will look into that, Holland. That's actually a very good point that I didn't even think about. When I put the mascara video together, I will look at the vegan and cruelty-free ones that I've got, and also whether the ones in my top 10 are vegan and cruelty-free and all of that as well. I'll make a concerted effort to do that. Little Miss Budget's here. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, Ness. I don't know what time of day it is. I haven't even started putting makeup on yet. The first 10 minutes was me moaning about a waterproof mascara that won't come off my lashes. And the second 20 minutes has been me fighting with the doggos because they all decided to jump up. So, you know, that's it. But we are going to talk makeup now. We are going on to makeup. So let's do makeup, shall we? Right. Now, Anita's going to be dead upset about this. Well, she's not, but you'll understand. Anita Anita is a bit like my mum, right? My mum had a saying, and I don't mean Anita is as old as my mum or anything else, but Anita's a little bit like my mum. And my mum always had a saying of buy cheap, buy twice. In other words, if you buy, I mean, we've done it on the channel where I've used a £10 palette that's a dupe of a £30-40 palette, and found that you need to use 2 or 3 times as much eyeshadow to get the same color payoff as you do with the higher end one. So it works out, although it feels cheaper, it actually works out the bang for your buck and actual, cost per usage. It actually works out about the same. And that's something that I do agree with. And I do think that certainly as my makeup usage, as I've got older, I appreciate different things from makeup, which is why I'm not buying every new release from Revolution like I did even 3 or 4 years ago. I was going through that phase. And I'm not buying every sort of, I'm wanting to try a brand, try a palette. If I like it, buy a few more from that brand. Do I like it? Yes. Like at the moment, Juvia's Place is one of my favorite current brands because I've tried a few of their palettes. Like I tried one, went, oh, this is quite nice. Got another couple, this is quite nice. And I'm doing that a lot more rather than just going, let's amass a huge collection, because I don't need the collection that I've got, let alone the collection that, I don't need to make it any bigger. You can't with mascara either. It's waterproof and then won't come off exactly for a week, or it's not and it slides down your face the second you look away. I do have that similar sort of, oh, thank you, Ness. Stuart says my hair looks lovely. It's messy at the moment because it still needs styling into the sort of, whatever look we end up with. And I've got a very warm doggo on my lap. I don't know why you're being so needy today, mate. I don't know why. Why are you being so needy? Oh, bless you, though. Anyway, we're gonna look at that. So today, what I wanted to do specifically was I'm going to be going through some springtime looks. Okay, so we can all choose the colors together. We're going to do that. But when it comes down to palettes, I particularly went for dupes. Okay, so these are all dupe palettes. Now there's a reason for this. Now I'll go through the palettes. I don't currently have any of these the standard ones, but I do have the dupes. You lot might understand my excitement today. I've got a Cricut. Oh yes, a Cricut. That's the plasticky stickery thing that does the things. That's really cool. That's really cool. I can think of 100 things that you're going to be doing with that instantly for your shop. That's really cool. So let me go through the palettes, and I will show you what we've got. We've got 3 that aren't dupes. Okay, so 3 that aren't dupes. So I've got the Jacqueline Hill Armed and Gorgeous by Morphe. Now this isn't a dupe, but also it isn't available anymore, but it is a Morphe palette. And this is available all over Depop. So if you want to pick it up secondhand, you can get this cheap, right? It's not a bad, for a Morphe palette, it's not a bad palette. As you can see, this color story is right up my street. It's sort of, you know, it's got the oranges, it's got the sort of the burnt orange and the sort of darker brown. So for a neutral leaning palette, it's right up there. But then what it has got is this sort of olivey green, and this sort of sage green rather. This shade, and with some of these, I absolutely love. I love that green, which is why I picked that one up on Depop. So that's not a dupe. And then I've got 2 of the Huda Beauty neon palettes that I thought we could have a look at today. But these are very much, you know, springtime palettes. Now, again, you can't really use either of these on their own. They're very much supplemental palettes. Now, the orange neon one, or sorry, the orange neon one, again, it's very traditional spring. So I'm showing you it, but we're not going to use that. But the pink one is really interesting to me. Now, I'll tell you why this is really interesting, right? Look at the pans. Isn't this like, I mean, that's a little bit hard pan, but this is a really nice palette, right? A really nice palette, lots of really beautiful colors. And then there is a sun-kissed brights, ultraviolet brights palette. Now, it's not the same. It's not the same, but look how it's sort of like almost a companion palette to the Huda. So this is the one that is vegan, cruelty-free. It's sun-kissed, and it's about £3 or £4. And this was like £30–40, right? So, about £25. Again, I got it secondhand. So you can see that there is lots of different dupes. Now, this isn't a direct dupe, but it's in that same color story, that same sort of it's a similar enough one. There was another Huda one that was very much more similar to this, right? So for me, all of these are kind of like springtime palettes, right? Great springtime palettes. So those I just wanted to I don't know, I've grabbed them just in case we want to go down the slightly more brighter end. But it's these 5 palettes that I really want to focus on today, because these 5 palettes are very much the sort of the standard dupes that you can get all over for basically for Urban Decay. Now, I used to love Urban Decay. I used to absolutely adore the Urban Decay range. When the Naked palette came out, I was all over that. I think I hit not hard pan. I hit pan very, very quickly on my Urban Decay palettes. Very, very quickly. Especially Naked 1. When Naked 2 and 3 came out, or when Naked 2 came out, and then they went down the Cherry and the Heat and all the rest of them. By that point, I was already moving on to colours. But for the longest time, the Naked 1 palette, that was just my go-to. So I have a dupe. This is the W7 in the buff dupe for the Urban Decay one. Very, very similar, very, very neutral. So again, it's one of those palettes that is very, very, very simple to use, very neutral, and we can make some springtime looks with that. Okay, that is a dupe for the Urban Decay Naked one. You can get, there is all sorts of companies do fakes of this. It's why I'm using these 5 main palettes today, because you can always pick up either the original cheap on Depop, or you can find a dupe either on Revolution. I've got a similar color story dupes, or as you know, this is a W7 one. Aldi do one in the Naturals range. They do a dupe for all of these, which I've got a couple of their dupes here as well. So there's also, this is available in Home Bargains. It's Buff Take 2, it's called, and it's basically the dupe for the re-release Urban Decay. I don't know whether it's the Naked 1 or the Naked 2. I think it's Naked 2. So you can see this is a dupe for the re-release one, and it is pretty much exactly the same as the Urban Decay palette. Now, obviously, the payoff on these isn't going to be as good, but this is a really nice palette. It's got a fabric cover, a little bit of a spongy cover, and this is like £5–6 in Home Bargains. You can see I've not used it yet because it's still got a plastic thing attached, but you can see the color story there. It's got this sort of pop of coral, and then we've got the sort of the brighter ones here. We've got some of the darker ones. Then you've got the standard. Now, obviously, for Urban Decay, they were all about the neutral look and the smoky eye look, and they were all about that. So that's one that's currently available. Likewise, the Pretty Please, which is the dupe for the Urban Decay Cherry. Again, you can see it's that same neutrals on this side, and then going into the reds on that one. This is the W7 one. There is also the oh god, lots of companies do do dupes of that one. And then we've got the Lacura dupes, which is, this is the Naturals Intense. Now this is a dupe for the Urban Decay Heat palette, I think it is. So that's the one that is slightly more, I think it's the Heat palette. Yeah, so it's got the reds in it, but it isn't as red toned as the Cherry. It doesn't go quite as bonkers into the sort of pinks as that one. At least I think that's a dupe for the, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's Cherry, that's Heat. And then there is one more that I've got, and that is a dupe for the Urban Decay Naked Honey, I think it was called. And this is, again, a Naturals Nectar palette. This, again, is an Aldi palette. And again, you can see this. This is gorgeous for spring. Absolutely gorgeous for spring. It's got all of the golds. But again, it's that standard sort of Urban Decay kind of style where you've got your neutrals. And even though it's a gold palette, you've got these. There is also a W7 Honey Bee, Queen Bee palette that also has this. And this is a dupe for the Urban Decay, as I say, the Urban Decay Naked Honey. So basically, that's what I thought we would look at today. Not only are they dupes, but they are dupes for the Urban Decay range. And as I say, I've got 5 of the dupes. And I thought it would be a really good one because most of these are still currently available, and most of these are very affordable palettes. So even if you're somebody who has got a lot of makeup, say you're wanting to try, you know, the Urban Decay Honey palette, and you're like, oh, it's lovely, but I've got some of these shades and I'm not sure whether it's something I'm going to use. By picking up a dupe like this, you can basically decide whether or not the color story will work for you. And then if it really does, you can then go into your, you know, Harvey Nicks and online at Debenhams and into your sort of higher end stores and go and pick up your Urban Decays. So yeah, it's something where I just thought it'd be a nice thing to do because it's at every price point. Then if you just want to stick to your dupes, we can. £5.99 I think this was on Aldi's website. Both of these ones, very, very good palettes. And you know, the other ones are also sort of £5 or £6.99. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are about these Urban Decay dupes. But I thought that's what we would do today. So let's have a quick catch up. You've got the iconic London Sunrise to Sunset palette, which you put at the top of your palettes as it's very spring summer. I'll have to have a look out for that one and see what the color story is, because I've probably got, if not something very similar, something similar enough, so we can do some looks with that if you like. Your cat just tried to bite your forehead, but yours weren't wide enough. Oh, I love that. Oh, just be careful though, Holland, right? I'll tell you a story about my my skink. So we've got 2 blue-tongued skinks, as many of you will know. And the boy, Jakar, so we've got Jakar and Toff. So for anyone who used to watch Babylon 5, that's what they look like. They look like Jakar and the Toff. But anyway, Jakar is very good at wanting to nip your fingers because he thinks your fingers are like little wiggly things that he can eat. So he was doing that the other day. He opened his mouth up and I was like, you're not going to bite me. So I said the other day, this is weeks back. And so I made a fist as I was trying to move something in his bib. And so instead of biting go for my finger, he managed to catch me just here and lock down with so much force that I had a massive like indentation there of his top jawline and his bottom one here, and he was like, he couldn't have broken my bones, I don't think, but he properly went for it. And I was like, that won't get in his mouth. And he just went, ah. He was like, he's going, oh, I go, oh, that won't fit, you won't get that in your mouth. And he just went, so be careful, because I don't know, you'll have to ask Anita, she's like the cat expert in the crew. But yeah, ask Anita whether cats have ever been known for like dislocating their jaw to get some food like snakes do. Anyway, let's do some makeup. So I am very, very warm because I've got dogs literally crammed next to me. Eddie, I know that, listen, I love you lots, mate, but like, I'm going to have to ask you to just, I'll tell you what, you can lie on your girls there. Oh, that's even better. Lie down there in your bed. There we go. Nice, comfy bed. Good boy. Let me just put the fan on for 2 seconds. Are you talking about the Revolution eyeshadow palette? No, the Iconic London. Iconic London is a different brand, Nanette. It's a UK-based brand. They're quite a little bit bougie, a little bit more high-end. They're in that sort of bloody mascara. They're in that sort of middle point of bouginess, where they're not at the Chantecaille, Charlotte Tilbury sort of range. They're just a little bit below that, so they're in the sort of the Urban Decay type sort of bracket, really. So they're higher end, but they're not quite super bougie. They're like the, I would say Iconic London is kind of like the higher midpoint, you know what I mean? They're not the Chantecaille, the Pat McGrath range, but they're just below that, if that makes sense. No, the Iconic London palette, I don't own a Revolution. I gave them to Ness. Yeah, see, Revolution is good. I still use a lot of my Revolution palettes. The only thing with Revolution is that I find that I'm bored of all of their new releases. Totally bored. Maybe because I'm 45 and a lot of their new releases are very much collabs with younger brands, and they're very like nostalgia bait, and I don't really do nostalgia bait. For me, when I look at something, I've got to go, that's an interesting color story. Can I make that work? I do like some of their quality, particularly some of their other in-house brands. Makeup Obsession, I find really, really good. But yes, right then. So let's start with some makeup, shall we? First of all, we're going to need everybody here on the live. I don't know how many we've got live, but we're going to need everybody on the live to decide what palette we're using. So, first of all, let's do a very simple vote, right? Do we go for the 3/4 higher end palettes? Oh gosh. Do we go with the 3 or 4, not higher end, but the 2 Hudas and the Sunkissed and the Jaclyn Hill Morphe? Do we go with those, or do we go with the Urban Decay dupes? Okay, so if you're wanting the originals, put original in the comments. If you're wanting to go with one of the Urban Decay dupes, put dupe in the comments, right? So if you're new here, this is an interactive Get Ready With Me, and basically what I do is I will play a little thing. You've got a 10-second countdown, and that 10-second countdown basically gives you an option. Reminds you, did we decide on tarot cards for everyone? No, it's so complicated, Ed. It's so complicated. Like, I think I would want to be the Empress if I was a tarot card, but it's so complicated because I'm so more nuanced than that. And it's very difficult. It's very difficult. But anyway, I tell you what, let's do this and then we'll come back to that in a second. I am going to do a makeup look inspired by tarot cards actually one day. We'll plan that in. So then, originals or dupes? What do you think? Put it in the chat now. If you're here live, you've got your 10 seconds. let's have a look. So we've got a couple of votes coming in. Oh my God, that's not going the way I was expecting. Right then, so we've got originals. Oh, okay, so we've got the originals. Okay, that's not at all what I was expecting. Okay, right, okay. We'll do Urban Decay dupes another day. So then, okay, so we're looking at neons then. Wow, okay. This is going to be interesting. So then, of the original palettes, that is not what I was expecting. That's fine. We're just going to roll with it. See, I should have given you options. So then, on the originals, what are we going to do? So you've got 4 palettes to choose from, right? So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 1 is the Jaclyn Hill Armed and Dangerous Morphe palette, oranges, sort of golds, and a lovely, oh, that one there, this lovely pop of green, but also these sort of brick dust colors. So this is a one and done palette. So this is all you need. It's got your glitters, not your glitters, it's got your shimmers. It's got, I mean, there is a couple of glittery ones in here. But like you can use these as transition shades and everything. So that's option 1. Option 2, we've got the Huda Beauty neon orange, right? So option 2 is the neon orange. Now this has got the pops of pink, as you can see, and it's got the yellows, and you can merge all these together to make the oranges. I think this is pretty much a one and done, but you might need a little white just to pop in the inside corners to give it that little extra sparkle. I don't know, but anyway, there you go. That one there is option number 2. Option number 3, we're going to Sunkissed, which is the super affordable palette, and this one is the ultraviolet brights, and this does have the cruelty-free, vegan-friendly markings on the back. This is a vegan and cruelty-free brand. And this one, we've got the pinks, the blues, and the purples. Obviously, of these 4, you know which one I really like because of the pink and the purple and the blue. So you can make like a nice pinky purple look. This is one that you can pretty much get away with a one and done. Again, because you've got this soft pink here to use as a transition shade. So yeah, a very nice palette. Again, I think it was under a £5 for a little £9 palette. Might even be like £3.99, £4.99, £2.49, £3.49, something like that. Really affordable, and just lovely. And then there is the neon pink palette. I don't know what the official names for these are. It's written on the back on a shiny thing, and I can't see it. And this is the option 4 is the Huda pinky purple again. So pinks and purples. Huda Beauty, not a brand I particularly like, not a person I particularly like, not a brand I have. I think I've got one other palette apart from these 2 from. So, oh, look, there you are. Look, there you all are. Hello, look, hello, you're waving. Yeah, you can see my setup. I've got the laptop and I've got you just there. And then if I move, no, move, which one is it? Move this one. You'll be able to see the lights there. Look at all of this setup. So yeah, that's the option 4, the Huda pinks and purples. So that is your option. So we've got 1 is Jaclyn Hill, 2 is the orange neon, 3 is the Sunkissed, and 4 is the neon pinks. So pop your vote in now. Let's have a look at what we've got. One vote for 2, 1 vote for 1. Okay. 2 votes for 1, 2 votes for 2. Just waiting for any more votes coming in. We're tied at the moment, so we need a couple of deciding votes. If you haven't voted yet, please say in the chat. Ed's not voted. I don't know who else we've got here. 1 or 2. 1 or 2. 1 or 2, Ed. Come on, Ed. You've got the deciding vote. Ed, say, oh, for God's sake. Okay, great. Thank you. Why did I even get this out of my drawer? So we are going for today's look. Not a pastel among it, although there's a couple of shades. We are going for bright oranges today then, for you bunch of buggers. So no, this is not how this was supposed to go. Right, okay then, we're doing the palette that I like the least out of all of these. Oh gosh, oh Jesus, right, okay, you watch. I'm going to make this work. It's going to be gorgeous. Unfortunately, you're saying no pink. There's like 3 out of the 4 colors, or 4 out of the 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 out of the 5 are pink. So there's not a lot of options there. Right then, okay. You watch. This is going to be one of those things, right? This is going to be one of those things where I use this, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, this is a new holy grail. You watch. I can just feel it coming. I can just feel it coming. This is one of those moments where I'm going to be like, oh, actually, it's my new favorite. Thank you, everybody. That's the post. Oh gosh, right then, let's have a look see. By the way, everybody, if you're here on the replay, do please put the brush emoji, the paintbrush emoji in the chat, because that's what I feel like I'm going to be doing today, is using a paintbrush to do my face, because it's that kind of, you know, all or nothing colors. That's okay, my darling, don't worry, Nanette, it's fine, it's fine. So we're going to start today with, as always, my Revolution Pro Eye Elements in the shade Core. Now this is no longer available. I am going to be getting, good afternoon, Renata of the Craft. Hello everybody. Hello Renata, I hope you're very well, my darling. We've not seen you in a long time. I hope you're doing well. So this is my eye primer today, and I'm going to try and just get in there with me foundation brush, because as you can see, it's really starting to scrape the outside of it now. Now I will be ordering, once this one is done, because I can't get any more of this, I will be ordering the MAC paint pot, and I'm not going to go for the shade Painterly. I'm actually going for the next one up, and I can't remember what it's called. I want to say So Dope. It's not. It's whatever the next one, the lighter one is, because I've had a look and I've been comparing them, and I think that's going to be a better match for my eyes, in all honesty. But we'll go into that when I eventually do an order. So then, just going to paint this all over my eyelids, just so we've got something, a good eye primer for the eye makeup to stick on. So Renata, I could have done with you here a few minutes ago, my darling. They've all stitched me up. I was like, here's a bunch of Huda Beauty, no, here's a bunch of Urban Decay dupe palettes. These are all lovely. I'm going to use any of these, or we can use some of these. And I all went for some of those. And then I was like, here's an option of 4. This one's lovely. This one's lovely. This one's lovely. Yeah. And then they all voted for the meh one. So I'm doing a whole bunch of, well, a spring look using this, which I shouldn't have even got out of my drawer. It should have stayed in my drawer. But, you know, everybody in the live has voted, and that's what we are doing today. So, okie dokie, is democracy. And this will probably be, as I say, by the end of today's stream, this will probably be my new go-to favorite, top of the top palette that I have ever used. You watch, you watch. So then, got my eye primer on. Now, as I say, we've got, so what are we going to do today? This is not going to match what, it's fine. I can change my top. It's fine. It's just clothes. So we've got a sort of apricot-y shade just here, like a brighter yellow. And then we've got an apricot center shade. These two are mattes. I'll tell you what, shall we do some swatches? We haven't done swatches on this channel for a little while, not live swatches. Let's see if I can go up the color range. Right then, so let's see what we're playing with today. We have the bright yellow. Hang on. We've got the bright yellow. We've got the apricot. That's a really pretty shade, actually. That's a really pretty shade. In fact, there might be some serendipity here, because we do have the I do have a blush palette that is a more corally that I'm going to be using today. Oh, that's a really nice, actually. I do remember now having liked this palette back in the day, I think. So these are the first 4 shades. So they're very, very sort of nice and bright. I'll tell you what, let's take my watch off. Look at that. You got the imprint there of me, my Galaxy watch, where it's been reading my heart print and everything. Heartbeat? Heart print. Yeah, that. And then we've got, oh no, I've done that one. What's that one? Is that one? Yes, it is. And then we've got 2 more shades to go. Wowzer. Oh, wow. Right, okay. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we've got the 3 uncovered. Oh, use that towely thing. Right, there we go. And then we've got the shimmers. So we'll use the yellow gold shimmer, the orangey shimmer, and the pinky shimmer. So let's do that one. That one. Oh, there's a lot of glitter in that one and that one. So this is the palette. This is the 9-pan palette. So as you can see, it's quite nice. It is quite nice. There's sort of, you know, we go from the bright yellows through the sort of the more apricot-y shade. I'm probably going to use this one as a transition shade, through the oranges, through to this super neon pink. That's lovely. And then we've got the glitter shades, the sort of shimmer shades there for the mobile lid. So overall, I think that's not bad. Let's have a look. Renata's a bit down in the dumps today. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, my darling. Still in bed, likely to stay there for the day. I'm really sorry to hear that, my love. Well, hopefully watching me put a load of makeup that I haven't used in a long. I mean, we're talking Authentic Beauty early days, long ago. And yeah, possibly getting stitched up by this lot in the chat, you know, that might cheer you up. If not, my darling, then, you know, just have a duvet day. Stay in bed, chill out, watch a bit of YouTube, interact with us here, you know, and just let the day drift by. And just, if you've got nothing else that's on your schedule today that you need to do, just have a day, just have a duvet day. Let the day drift by and just chill with us. Right then, so I am going to use, I don't know what colours. What do you all think of the colour story? It's quite out there, isn't it? I mean, you know, for me, you know, I love my colours anyway. But I think this is still available. You can definitely pick this up secondhand. And Revolution did a dupe of this, and Bodyworks did a dupe of these as well. Because I remember doing a video where I did a comparison between the Huda and the Bodyworks, because they were exactly the same packaging, and they were all available in TK Maxx. So yeah, so let me know what you think about the color story, and if it's something that you would actually maybe use. You can pick it up on Depop and you can pick it up on eBay, as I say, but let's get a look going, and then you might decide that is something you actually like. I tell you what, let's get the light right in front of me, so we've got a nice neutral lighting setup. There we go. There we go. Right then, so let's just start today's look. So the what time is it? 12:11. Right, 12:11. I'm going to try and timestamp. Oh, that pen doesn't work. Nor that one. Right then. So let's have a little look. See, there was something I should have been doing. We'll just have to wait. In that case, my darling, just come and chill. Come and chill. If it's something that isn't ultra important, just come and chill and hang out, and we'll just take your mind off things by watching me mess up my face probably several times. While Eddie tries and shoves me out the way with his big bum. What shade of MAC paint pot did you say? I don't remember. It's there's Painterly, which is a little bit, it's actually a little bit darker than the one I've been using. So it's the one, it's the lighter one from Painterly. I can't remember because I'm not on their website at the moment. but I will definitely have a little look see. Right, so I'm using this, I can't remember what it's called. If it wasn't on a live like this, I would have a little look on their website. Lots of pigmentation, as you can see, very sort of orangey on the eye. Now, that's what we're going with today. But as a transition shade, you know, it's fine. I'm just placing it into my crease line I'm starting with, and then I'm slowly taking the brush up, certainly on that outer edge, just to kind of give it, because of my hood, so that as my eyes go up, you go, oh, bright orange, and then when I put the hood down, you can't see any of the color at all. Maybe that's what I should do with this palette, put it all under the hood and then go, there's your look, gone. That'd be one way of doing it. No, it's fine, it's fine, it's going to be fine, it will work out. Right then, so keeping my eyes down, keeping my hood down, I'm going to place the shadow just here and then build it up so it's on the upper bit of my mobile lid, as you can see, just where I have the sort of on the top of the hood, if that makes sense. So let's go up, let's just keep whacking that through like so. There we go. So that's building up that color. Now this is going to be a transition shade, so I'm now wiping off the brush on my color switch, so I've got no color remaining on the brush. And then I'm just going to use this same brush because it's a nice blending brush. It's the Spectrum A08. I'm loving Spectrum brushes at the moment, absolutely loving them. This is these are now my go-to brushes. Absolutely friggin' love them. Think they are great. Think they are a very good quality brush at a fairly reasonable price. You're talking between £6 and £10 per brush unless you buy a set, and it is absolutely worth it. The only one I've got in my set that is for my eyes that isn't a Spectrum brush, apart from like the really angled ones, is my Poundland blending brush, which I've had for 5 years or something, and it's still doing a bang up job. So then that is the transition shade up. Now I'm going to use this brighter yellow shade here, which is this sort of neon yellow shade. I'm going to use that in my inner corner now. So right on the inner corner, I'm just packing that on with this same brush. I'm just going to build that up so we've got a really nice bright sort of buttery buttercup color. Now in person that looks more yellow than it does on camera. On camera it's pulling a little bit more orange, but in person it's more buttercup yellow, if you know what I mean. So it's not lemon yellow, it is really a nice buttercuppy type color, but on camera it's looking a lot more neon. And again, that orange here on camera, in fact, let me change the light settings. That's more what I see, I think. No, that's still looking, that's a little bit more how I see it, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's looking a bit more how I see it in person. So yeah, Bear Study, that seems lighter than Painterly. I think it may well be actually, Neat. I think it may well be Bear Study. I can't remember. Or Soft Core. No, soft core. That's not going to be called that, is it? No, I'm getting confused. I can't remember. I'll have a look. I'll have a look before I order it, obviously. I've got a couple of weeks worth of this at least at the moment, so I'll let you know next week what the shade is or what the one is. So if you are really pale like me, Painterly might be a little bit too pigmented, a little bit too dark for you as an eyeshadow blend, as an eyeshadow primer. So then we are going to go into the so we've got this one on and we've got this one on so far. This is our transition shade. I'm going to jump the next one and go right to this darker orange, which is this one up here in the top. Now the reason I'm doing that is because I want to actually get the outside. If we're going for oranges and this sort of brighter color, then let's go for that. Soft ochre, thank you. I knew it was something like that. It's got the same letters. It could have been soft core. Renata. It could have been, because the painterly one is called, the eye elements one is called core. That's why I was thinking it was soft core, but soft ochre, that's the one. That's the colour. Right, so this is that bright neon orange, and it is a bright neon orange. So this is going to be interesting. We're going to try and make this work as a look. And I'm going to try and not go super ham. So I am already, that's kind of all I'm going to use on that. I'm going to take the big spectrum blending brush, or what I'm going to use as a blending brush, the CO6 from Spectrum, and I'm going to make this blend this bright neon orange into what I've got. So I'm using a little bit of the apricot-y shade just on the end. I'm tapping off, so there's just a little bit of that color on, and then I'm just going to blend that on the outer edges up, and then try and blend that in just to soften that down a little bit, but not to lose it altogether. Now, one thing I will say it's already doing, and I don't know on camera, it's actually pulling a lot brighter on camera than it is. 69 positions where to place soft ochre. Possibly. It's pulling a lot more orange on camera than it is in person. I really wish that this was picking up sort of true to color, because in person that isn't actually that bright, whereas on the camera it's like, whoa, neon, neon, neon. You're still here just doing your makeup with us. What colors are you going for, Nanette? That Bird of Paradise one is a lovely, lovely one. You're doing an orange look as well. Let's all do orange today then. Let's all go for bright orangey shades and really rock it. I mean, I do quite like this. Again, in person, it's a lot more subtle than that is looking on camera. On camera, it's like an orange bruise. You know what I mean? It looks really, really intense. Whereas in person, it actually doesn't look that bad at all. So yeah, that's really interesting. Now, I do remember these not blending out that well. And I've got to say, maybe it was the brushes I was using at the time. Maybe it was my technique. Again, if you notice where I'm holding my brushes, I hold them right at the very end of the finial, right, sorry, of the handle, right at the very, very end. So I've got a softer touch. And I do think my skills have got a little bit better these days. I really do. I do think that my ability to blend and my ability to use my brushes and use the tools is better now than it was when I was using, certainly when it was back in the Authentic Beauty days, back when. And I do think there's an element now where, you know, it's worth revisiting old palettes that I didn't like before, because it does absolutely kind of, it does absolutely, you know, mean that you can relook at things and you can take things on from a different perspective, because our skin changes as we age, our makeup skills change, and what we like changes. So yeah, I actually now that those two are blended in, it actually blends okay. I do remember blending being an issue. I really do. Now, the only deep color we've got in this pan is going to be this bright fuchsia color here. Now, I am going to use a little bit of this because I do want to darken up the outer edge just a little bit. Now, I have to admit, I'm a little bit wary of adding this bright fuchsia pink on. This could be a mistake. Like, look how pink this is. This could be an error, but it's the only color we've got to really deepen up that outer corner. So let's just go with it, right? Wish me luck. So just going to tappy, tappy, tap, tap. Just tap a little bit on, very, very tiny amount, and just tap it, tap, 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 tap. If you notice, I've gone for a smaller brush, the Spectrum A12. So it's just a small brush, and I'm not using all of that color. I am just tapping off a little bit, and then tappy, tappy, tap, tap, tap. Oops, I tapped off too much. Tiny amount on the brush, as you can see. I'm just placing it on the outer corner. And then I'm going back to that big fluffy blending brush. Ed's just designing a tattoo. What are you designing, Ed? I've got so many new tattoos planned. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, right. Let's take this one up and just blend it. Little blendy circles. I'm going to try and come up a little bit higher. Rest my hand on my bosom. Rest my elbow on my bosom rather, without crushing it, yeah, too much, and just blend that out a little bit up into that orange. Circular motions just to do that blend, and I think that actually looks quite good. I think that actually doesn't look too bad. Obviously I'm going to put a bright shimmer over the mobile eye, which is why I've kept that off, but I actually quite like that. I might even do a cut crease. Shall we do a cut crease, everybody? What do you think about a cut crease? Now, it's quite difficult on hooded eyes to get a cut crease to actually look effective. So what do you think? Are you in the mood for a cut crease today? Again, blendy circles, blendy blend. When you think you're done blending, just blend a little bit more. This is a nice shade actually, because it's blending into that orange, but it isn't blending out completely. You can see there is still definitely a different shade here to what's up here. So it is different. There is a different look. Good evening, Rabina. Ed, you know now you'll have to share this design now. Absolutely, Ed, you have to share the design. Hi, Rabina. I hope you're well, Rabina Sahonta. Nowadays, you just want to dab or put on eyeshadow and lipstick. I want to dab all the time as well. Dab. Just dab. Dad jokes. So far, you've got the testosterone molecule. Your previous doggo wolf. Oh, and for Furry Holly Willoughby all coming into one tattoo. Oh, that's going to be amazing, Ed. Got to see it. You got to show us once it's done. What do we think about a cut crease then, everyone? What do we think? So my lower lids are. I kind of actually. I tell you what. Let's just build up this middle orange color. So we're going to build up this one here that we use as a transition shade. I'm just tapping back into that, and I just want to build this little element here from that apricot yellow shade and that orange. Let's just see if I can create a little bit more of a blend just between the two. There we go. That's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. That creates more of a, it's almost like a sunset look, isn't it? It's almost like a sunset look, except we haven't gone into the red. Neat says to do a cut crease. You've got lazy in your old age. You apply makeup with your fingers. No problem with that, Rabina. Absolutely no problem with that. I used to use makeup, my fingers all the time. The only reason I don't these days is because I've got quite hooded eyes, as you often hear me talk about. It basically means that if I'm applying, because I've got big fingers and like the hood, if I try and apply something and get detail, the makeup ends up all the way down here. And in my inner corner, when I go in with my shimmers, I'll often have to take a wipe and wipe away the makeup underneath, because I'm aiming to get that little inner corner bit there, and it ends up down here. So that's something that I am very, very aware of, especially as I age and my hooded eyes and everything gets a little bit gravity affected. Right then, so we're going to try a cut crease. So there's two ways of doing a cut crease. You've got your concealer method and you've got your eye primer method. Now, because this is such a thick eye primer, I could use this very, very easily and it would absolutely do the trick. However, I'm very aware that not everybody at home will have a separate eye primer. So let's do the concealer method. And I'm actually going to use my little concealer brush. So this isn't a Spectrum brush. This is actually a Morphe B44 if anyone's interested. It's just a little lipstick brush. Now I use it as a concealer brush, to be fair, and I'm using just whatever my concealer is today, which is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Concealer from my Shop My Stash, my Team Project pan. I will be filming probably later today or even tomorrow my end of April Team Project pan update, which will basically be my March April update, because of obviously all the cancer stuff. So yeah, I'm going to be updating, telling you what's going on, what products I've lost, because I lost some, and all of that. So you're a bit wobbly, apologies for that. We've got a doggo in the crate just having a shake or a scratch or something. So then I'm going to place this on the back of my hand. So a little bit of the concealer on the back of my hand. Now, concealer, do I want to? I should be using my eye primer. It's fine. Now, the reason I'm saying is because when you age, the skin on your eyes gets a lot thinner. So anybody who is in their 40s, 50s, 60s and onwards, you may find that this using a concealer doesn't work, or that it becomes a little bit greasy. Now, the reason for this is that concealers are designed for the skin underneath the eye. So it's a thinner skin as well, and they are designed to be hydrating. Now, the thing is with your eyelids are normally a little bit greasy or a little bit moistened, because they are right over a base where there's lots of moisture. So the skin there tends to be a lot thinner on your eyelid. The skin is quite thin, and obviously you've got liquid underneath. And so they tend to have more of a slightly greasy kind of feel to them. Now, you might be one of the people that your eyelids are very, very dry, in which case a concealer will work better than an eye primer. But generally an eye primer is a little bit thicker, and that will tend to stay in place a little bit longer. So if you're one of those people that have tried a cut crease with a concealer and it hasn't worked, it's kind of, you've done it, but then it's either smeared or the shadow just hasn't stayed put, try using a dedicated eye primer instead to do a cut crease, because what you may find is that the concealer itself hasn't got enough of a thicker consistency to actually lock in. And likewise, if you've tried it with an eye primer and you're like, I can't make this cut crease thing work, try it with a concealer, because it could be that your eyes, the texture on your eyes, or the condition, the skin on your eyes is actually a little bit different. And because we're not all the same, for some people a concealer will work best, for other people an eye primer will work best. For me, I tend to prefer using an eye primer to do a cut crease, but again, I'm very aware that not everybody has an eye primer available. So we're going to go in and do, so for me, a cut crease, I have to really drop the hood, like so, and then kind of work out, if I put the concealer there, what is that going to do? So that, I don't know whether you could see, I'll put the concealer here, and then as I've closed the eye, it's naturally found its own place. And so then that there is where my crease line needs to be. And so I'm just going to take that up. We're going to go all the way. We're going to go all the way. We're going to go all the way tonight. We're going to go all the way tonight. We're going to go all the way out. Like so. And I do need, because I was talking so much, I know, right? Imagine that. I'm just going to add a little bit more on the back of my hand. Why am I putting it on the back of my hand? Because it means you've got a small amount of concealer. This is not like when you do your concealer under your eyes, where you want a lot to cover up. This is just, you're literally just applying something that's going to be like a sticky base. So you've got a really nice alternative color story going on. Now, obviously, we've got that nice shape there, look. Like so. Now that's completely cut that crease. So you can see on this eye, we've got the colors are all there, and on this eye, it's plain. Now what I'm going to do to get maximum variation, I think I'm going to just use this gold shimmer, this one here, all over that cut crease. So right on the outer corner, that's going to look super, super, super yellow gold and sparkly. Now the one thing I will say is that the shimmers in this palette tend to pull very, very micro glittery. Not something like, look, if you can see here, just that one, this is what that shimmer looks like, the gold. It kind of builds up, but then you can see it just goes to micro glitters. But I'll show you. So this is what it looks like on the finger. It's like a warm gold color. Now, while my concealer is still wet, I'm tapping that all over. Going back in, really going to build that up. And so then you've got that massive difference between having it kind of, you know, blended out to now I've just got a gold eye look on the lid. So I don't know whether you can see that. I am going to go slightly into that. Do I want to use the orange shade as well? I am going to use the orange shade as well, which is actually, it's this one here. So it's like this coppery pink shade. If I show you it a bit more built up, there you go. There's that one there. Or do I want that? Or do I want to go for the fuchsia, the more orange one, that middle one? I don't know. I don't know. Right, I tell you what, let's just go. No, I'm not. I'm just going to stick with that yellow. I'm just going to stick with that yellow gold. That's what we're going to do. It does look like a sunset eye look. It does, doesn't it? Now, especially because I've done that cut crease, that almost looks like the sun. So I'm just packing that on that outer corner as well, just where I've done that cut crease. So it really now does look like we've got a nice sun. But because you've got that cut crease, as you can see, everywhere that I've put that concealer, it's picking up that bright yellow. So there's not that transition. So like on this eye, you can see there's that transition. If I was just to put the color here, in fact, shall I show you what the difference would be? So just putting that over this, and I will go in and do a cut crease on this eye in a second. So just going in and going over. There. So I don't know whether you can see the difference. I mean, on camera, it actually doesn't look that different. But on this side, where we've done the cut crease, you can see it's very yellow all the way through, yellow gold. Whereas on this side, you've got more of that softer gradient. Now, because when the hood comes down, you don't really notice a massive difference on me. But I do think that I prefer, for a more out there orangey yellow look, I actually prefer this eye, because you've got that real definition just on this outside corner. And I am going to go under going to take this shade here and take that underneath in a second. Whereas on this eye, it's sort of, even though I've put you can see the shimmers all the way across the eye, because you can see it there, because it's going over that orangey red base, orangey pink base, it kind of looks more gradiated. It looks more like a gradient, which is fine. So that shows you basically there, look, you can see there is almost two different looks on how you can get a very similar but different tone, if you like. So on here, the yellow pops a lot. Excuse me. On here, this side, where we've used the primer, the concealer to cut the crease, that yellow pops a lot more. It's a lot more vivid. The colors above it stand out as a much more of an actual line. Whereas on this eye, you can see it's much more gradiated and much softer. So it just depends on what you want. If you want to go for something that has more of a oomph, try a cut crease. Try it with a primer, try it with a concealer, try it. You can also reverse the colors. So if you want to have, you know, you do the yellow on the outside, and then you do the bright, like the pinks on the inside, you can do something like that. There's lots of ways around it, but you know, you can see it's very different. You're back, Lizzie J. You just picked up your little man. He bit his teacher and got sent home. How old's the little man? Oh my Lord. How old is the little man? I mean, that's quite funny, but that's very naughty. Don't bite your teacher. That's very wrong. Did you not pack him a lunchbox? Oh, poor little man was hungry. He was like, oh, just eat my teacher. I mean, you know, they did say that the COVID vaccine would lead to the zombie apocalypse. That's what they said. You know, I'm not calling your son a zombie. I just think, you know, if he was hungry. Has he got an apple? I don't want me apple. I don't want me apple for lunch. No, I'm going to eat Mrs. Smith. I'm not having Granny Smith. I'm eating Mrs. Smith. He's 5 and he's naughty. Oh, dear. Naughty step. That I mean, naughty step wasn't a thing when I was a kid. We just got we just got walloped. It counts for a lot. I mean, we weren't often spanked. Sometimes, but yeah, like naughty step wasn't a thing. Like for me personally, the thing I used to really like is when my mum tried to be a disciplinarian, and she'd go to your room and don't put your telly or video games on, and I'd go to my room and then I'd just sit reading me books because that was my escapism. I loved it. So I was like, ugh. And then she got wise and she was like, you're not allowed to read either. And I was like, no. Naughty step, he won't sit on it, no chance. Wow. Put him in front of the screen and Lisa can tell him off. Don't do that again. Don't eat your teacher. Say, it's not going to work, is it? Teachers taste nicer according to science. Exactly. Especially if it's a science teacher, you know. Right, let's go in and just tighten up this on this side. No, this side, isn't it? This side where it's gradiated. Now, in person, they look so different. They look so different in person. But in person, like on camera, this side is very, very, very different. A pro post zombie just found a Swedish Viking zombie film, Drog. Haven't dared to watch it yet. Oh, that sounds good. Swedish Viking zombies. That sounds very good, actually. Right. I think I like both eyes. It's a shame because if I actually quite like how it's gone on both eyes, to be brutally honest. I like the gradient look, but I also like in fact, I tell you what, let me know down in the chat, right? Let me know down in the chat what you prefer, whether you prefer the cut crease where you've got that super bold yellow all the way across, or whether you prefer the gradient where it goes from the yellow kind of into that orangey shade and blends up and out a little bit more. Let me know what you actually prefer because I like both. So yeah, let's have a look. So then put a vote, let me know in the comment section, and whatever wins, I will blend the look. So if you prefer, put it this way, people aren't food. What? People aren't food, people aren't food. Your friends will run away if they're afraid of being chewed. I don't know what that's from. I'm not sure what that's from, Holland. I thought you were going for dum, 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 dum. People aren't food. When you are hungry, don't eat your friends. Women aren't tasty. Men are not yummy. Kids are nasty, but okay with ketchup. When you're strange, I don't know. I was trying to make that work off the top of my head and couldn't do it. Anyway, oh, it's from Modern Family. Haven't seen that. So let me know what you think, because with the cut crease, if you prefer that, I will turn the other side into a cut crease. If you prefer it without the cut crease, I will turn the other side without a cut crease. So this is this will determine how the lower lid ends up. So this is without the cut crease with the gradient, the softer look, and this is the cut crease where it's a lot more bright and vibrant. So it's your choice. Vote now. Fish are friends, not food. I agree with that, Ed. Let's have a look. What have we got? I should definitely watch Modern Family. So Ness is saying with the cut crease. Major's saying with the cut crease. Renata's saying you prefer it without. He loves you. Les says you look like a sunshine. Oh, thank you, little man. I look like sunshine. I can look like a scary cloud if you eat your teacher again. No eating teachers. No eating teachers. No biting. It's very naughty. Did that work? A cut crease. So we've got 1, 2. Hang on. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cut crease, 4 with cut crease, 2, 4, 2 with. Sorry, 4 with, 2 without. So we're going to make this a cut crease. So then, I've got the concealer on my brush. So we're going to go in and just emphasize this crease line. Again, remember, I have to go a lot higher than you will because of my hood. Mikey's laughing. He loves you. He's blowing kisses at you. No, Mikey, it's not funny. No biting teachers. Not funny. Really isn't. It's bad. Bad boys bite their teachers and then they grow up into be criminals and then they go to prison forever. No biting teachers. You can bite carrots. Carrots are good to bite. Broccoli is lovely to bite. Do you like broccoli, Mikey? Eat broccoli instead. Eat broccoli, not teachers. Yes, that's what we should do now. That should be our new slogan on this channel. Eat broccoli, not teachers. So yes, no eating the teachers. No eating teachers. Eat vegetables. Yes, vegetables are good. Teachers are not tasty. So I'm going back in. Going back in with the yellow, the gold yellow, and I'm just going over this, tapping it in where that concealer is. Look at the difference immediately. Bonk. Absolutely super bright. I've just realized I'm talking to a 5-year-old directly on the television. I'm like Dora the Explorer. Do you think we should use this palette, or do you think we should use this palette? That's right, none of them. Can you tell I've not watched Dora the Explorer, so I don't actually know what they do. I also just realized I've gone super high up on this eye, super high up on that crease, but that's fine. I'm going to correct it. I'm going to match it with this one just a little bit. This is where you do that thing. Have you ever done it where you're doing your eyebrow or something and you're like, oh no, that doesn't match. I've now got to go higher and higher and higher. And you end up with like the mono brow that's just like super thick. Or you do your wing and you go, oh no, this side's further out. And then you end up with the wing kind of starts on the corner of your eye and ends up around the back of your head. I know, right? Let's not do that. But I am going to slightly increase just here. Just there, that little crease element, and then go back in with that gold. There we go. No, not allowed anymore, red. There we go. That's now a bright gold cut crease. And I think, look, you can definitely see the difference now. Where I've cut it, it looks a lot more vivid, a lot more vivid. So yeah. There we go. Right then, we've got a cut crease. Now, it's interesting that we've done a cut crease with the yellow on the inside look, because quite often I like to do a cut crease if I've got like a very different color for my lower lash, for my lower lids, but there was nothing in here that was really going to pop quite as much as this yellow does, but that's fine. So I think that's all we're going to use that palette for right now. We might have to go in and just, what's the transition like? We might have to go in just a little tiny tap into that yellow shade and into that apricot shade. Tap off, and so there's not a lot on the brush, and I'm just going to take that all the way up to my brow line, just because, yes, I know it's old-fashioned and I know it is, but I like having the color kind of the wash go all the way up, and I know it's a very 90s look. You can tell that I came of age in the 90s. That was my era of fashion and going out and dancing and all of that stuff, and so 90s eye trends are still very different. Yeah, exactly, Renata. It's one of those things, isn't it? It depends on whether you like that subtle gradient. I really liked either, to be fair. I really like both. It's why I don't often do a cut crease, But when I do, I like it to be something like this, where it's like a proper bang. That is now yellow. There's no gradient involved. It's just a bang in your face color, which for me, I think works. Right, while I've got all of my what is it I'm trying to say? Come on, words. Use the words. That'll be good. I'm trying to brain. Yes, Eddie. What do you want? Hello. You've got your teddy bear on the floor. Your love toy. I have to be careful about what words I was using, just in case there's another child watching. Right. I think I'm going to try the what do we want? Do I want to go in with a coloured liner? Let's have a look. Have I got any orange liners? I think I don't. I do have a yellow liner, but that's going to pull very lemon yellow. So let's not go with that one. Any orange? Have I got what's? Oh, yes, actually. I've got this corally colour. Oh, yes. Thank you, Fenty. Got a lovely Fenty pink. Oh, that might not. Let me have a look. Let me have a look in my actual lighting. Oh, no, that might work. That might work. Let me have a... It will tie the look together. I have gold sparkly liners. So I've got, like, you know, the gold... Hang on. I've got, like, gold glittery liners. But I think that might be a bit overkill. I wanted, like, an orange, like a tangerine liner, maybe. And I don't have a tangerine. Okay, I'll tell you what then. We'll go with a vote again. So I've got the gold glittery liner, which is there, and then I've got the Fenty coral liner, which is there. So on my hand, there you go. Look, that's the gold glittery one just there. And next to it is the Fenty coral. So I will allow you to decide what you think this look is going to need, whether we go for a gold glitter on the upper lash line, or whether we go for that coral shade. What do you think is going to work best with this look? I know my preferred option, but I will leave that to the chat. So gold or coral, that's your option. Let's have a look at what you're all saying. Oh, my coffee's really... I unfortunately, when I made my coffee, it was so hot that I put my soy milk in and it split immediately. So, it just looks rank. Nanette says gold. Everybody else says Fenty or coral. Coral, Fenty coral. Fabulous. We're going with the coral. That was my preferred option as well, to be fair. I think the gold glitter would have been overkill, and I don't think it would have shown up. But I think this coral shade is similar enough to the transition shade to actually pull the look together. So thank you, everybody. You watch this go on now and look an absolute pig's ear. Right then, let's get the mirror, and here we go. Let's sit a little bit closer to the camera. Sorry, I can't talk while I do eyeliner. I don't know if anybody else, I don't know if anybody's capable of talking while they do eyeliner. I'm taking all the way out, and then I'm going to do a little wing, just again because of the hood. Let's do a little bat wing type shape. Oh, that's gone slightly wrong. There we go. That's really nice, actually, because it kind of, you can see it, but it blends up with that orangey shade on the outside corner. So that I think works quite nicely. Right, here we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. And then just do the little wing. There we go. More sunshine. Mikey wants me to put these colours on, but I don't have any yellows or oranges. Wow, wow, wow. That's the thing, you see, Lizzie. That's the thing. It's peer pressure. Say no, no, no oranges. Bad boys don't get their mummies to wear oranges. There you go. You see, my little Eddie. My little man, little Eddie, he's been a good boy today. So he got mummy to wear oranges, whereas you've been sent home from school, Mikey. So therefore, you don't get orange mummy. You only get orange mummy if you've been a good boy. Yes. Anyway, there we go. Oranges and lemons, says the bells of St. Clement. Something, do something, do something. Don't know the words, someone should teach me. But there we go. So I'm just waiting for that to dry down a little bit. I do love the Fenty formula. I think it is absolutely stunning. I remember when I got this, it came with the other two as well, the bright green one and the lovely sort of royally blue one. And yeah, they are just beautiful colors. And as you can see, once they're on, I actually quite like it because it's given that lift. It's a similar color to what I've got above, but I really like it. Right, we're going to do the lower lash line in just a second and then do the rest of my face base. But it is now 1 o'clock, so I've got to say, if you haven't already, I've got a little word from our sponsors. Oh no, can you believe it? A little word from our sponsors. Hang on, and it's on the wrong blooming channel. I need to do this very quickly. Here we go. A very quick word from our sponsors. You're watching Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty or Beyond Authentic Weird and Witchy. Whichever channel you're watching, don't forget to give us a massive thumbs up. That really helps us out with YouTube's algorithm. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ding your bell so that YouTube should notify you each and every time we upload a video. But if you'd like to support us and the channel just a little bit more, you can always go across to buymeacoffee.com/Beyond Authentic, where you can in fact buy us a coffee. That's also where full details of our brand new channel memberships are, including our members only perks, which include videos a day early and exclusive content just for members. Thanks so much to all of you who are choosing to support us. Indeedy. Thank you so much to everyone who is choosing to support us over on buymeacoffee.com, and to all of those lovely channel members. So yes, scrolling across the bottom of the screen right now will be the details of our brand new, oh no, hang on a second, it's not, because I made everything so big that I can see the things so I can see everything. But yeah, so there you go, the details are just down below. The Coffee Club crew details are there, and you do get videos a day early, and you get exclusive channel member only content. We did a lovely Q&A last Friday, which I really enjoyed. It was so much fun. So yeah, if you are able to, and if you would like to support us, consider joining. You don't have to, no pressure, but thank you for those who do. Anyway, go on, Nanette. You don't have to ask if you can ask, just ask a question. You're asking a question to see if you can ask a question. Just ask a question. If it's something rude, I'll tell you to do one very politely, but no, it's fine. Right then, I'm going to do I tell you what, shall we do the base? We'll do my base, and then we'll do, where's my makeup gone? There it is. We'll do my base, and then we will do the lower lash line, right? That's what we'll do. So then, I'm going to go in today with, oh, I didn't wet my spot. Okay, that's fine. We're going to go in today with the Dream Radiant Liquid Foundation. Now, I'm only going to use a tiny amount because my skin at the moment is actually doing all right. it's doing all right. So I'm going to use a primer. I'm going to use the Doctor's Cosmeceutical something formula. I don't know what this is. The Beauty Blur one. This came from one of the beauty boxes. I don't know which one it was. I can't remember. Oh God, I've got glitter everywhere. I have glitters. Okay, well, we're just going to end up with glitter today. So that's what we're going to. Oh God, Jesus, hang on. I just meant to put I meant to put a P amount on, and it now looks like something all over my face. That's not going to look good. All over my hand. It looks like we got busy with the jizzy, if you know what I mean. Yes, it does. Right. Okay. Let's take most of that off and then put a little bit of my primer on. Wake in the morning. Wake yourself up by slappy. I don't know very many vampire films and that from modern stuff. I would recommend you, so if you want vampire films and things, I would recommend you something like the Anne Rice books, Vampire Diaries. No, not Vampire Diaries, the Vampire Chronicles. What are they called? So Interview with the Vampire, Vampire Lestat, Queen of the Damned, the Vampire Armand, Blood and something, the Anne Rice books. I recommend those. And the first film's great, the rest of them are okay. I recommend the Sookie Stackhouse books, the ones that they made True Blood from. The books are very different to the series, so I recommend those books. They're very, very good. Poppy Z. Bright had a book or a couple of books of vampire stuff out, so I recommend those. Apart from that, I haven't watched a lot of vampire stuff in the longest time. If you've got the Anne Rice books, yeah, Sookie Stackhouse, the Charlene Harris books, recommend those. As for modern ones, I mean, Salem's Lot, it's a mini story, it's a sort of like novella. The Stephen, no, it's not a novella, is it? It's the big thick one. Yeah, so Stephen King, Salem's Lot, that's also a good series. In terms of films, I like the classics, so Nosferatu. I really, really like Nosferatu. Razorblade Smile is a 90s underrated UK zero budget film, vampire film. That's really, really good. Holland's put there, Daybreakers is a great modern vampire film. I've seen that. I agree with that. Dusk Till Dawn, I love, is another underrated vampire film. Love that. Obviously, Lost Boys, the first one, don't go with the rest. But if you're looking for slightly different ones, there's loads of like more modern takes on the vampire mythos. Lots more modern takes. And yeah, I guess it's just horses for courses, to be honest with you. If you go on to, hang on, I'm just going to shift position because I'm sat on the crease line on the sofa and I'm actually sat on a metal bit. So I'm just going to shift slightly so I can lean, because it's got to that point now where my body's going, ow, 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 ow. There we go. Right then. Come here, you lot. Come here. Not you lots. No, you stay where you are. I'm talking to everybody on the interwebs. There we go, on the YouTubes. Throw my foundation around. But yeah, I mean, I think of all time, my favorite vampire film of all time is probably Lost Boys. In all honesty, I think that it's just got the best. It's that 90s nostalgia, late 80s, whatever it was, but it's also just kind of that era of film that I really like, and it's that type of vampire, the modern vampire telling. Oh my God, what's it called? 80 Days of Night? No, something Days of Night. Oh, my memory's terrible. 40 Days of Night, whatever that film is, that's very good. But I you know, there's all sorts of vampire films out there. And it all just depends on what you're after. I would not recommend the Twilight films because I think they're rubbish. I would not recommend a lot of the sort of more modern takes. Lost Boys is your favorite horror movie of all time. You see, I don't consider Lost Boys a horror movie. To me, it's just it's of that era. There's nothing horrific in it. For me, it's like an action adventure with vampires. It's like the Goonies but with vampires. Like the Goonies is like Lost Boys with pirates. Do you know what I mean? Or like it's that sort of, it's in the same ilk for me as Lost Boys. Even things like Short Circuit, although that's a comedy, because they all came out on a similar sort of time. Lost Boys, Goonies, sort of, yeah, it's that sort of, that one. Only Love Is Left Alive is a great one. Oh, I haven't seen that. If it's a film, if it's a book, I haven't read it. I don't know what that refers to, Renata, but that sounds interesting. What modern, we watched something the other week that was a modern vampire film. I can't remember what it was. It was a foreign film, and that was really good. I can't remember for the life of me what it was. Just have a look on. You got to go to the dentist. We'll pop back in after if you're still on. I won't be, Major, but you have a lovely time. I was supposed to be going to the dentist, and they put it back till May, just because. Oh, The Hunger's a great film. 30 Days a Night. Thank you. I knew it was something like that. Have a lovely dental trip, Major. Make sure you get your sticker. You want your little, I've been a good girl, May, just to prove you've been a good girl. Otherwise, no one's going to believe you've been a good girl. But yeah, I mean, they're all good films. They're all good films. The Hunger's a great film. The Hunger, isn't that Rutger Hauer? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Or is it the, I know that's The Hitcher. That's not a vampire film. Who's in The Hunger? It's not Bowie, is it? Bowie did a vampire film as well. Sting did a vampire film as well back in the day. Good Lord. See, Neil's not on the stream today. If Neil was on the stream, he'd be able to tell you all the vampire films to watch, which is why I do recommend Necronomicon Zine. Have a look on Etsy. While you're on Etsy, go to Blue Chalice Arts for some really good witchy shit, and go to Necrozine for some horror zines. His latest one is all new films. It's not like 80s stuff. I'm loving it. Just got it through the other day. The Hunger is with Bowie. Thank you. Thank you. See, my brain goes, oh, is that Rutger Hauer? Is it Bowie? Is it Sting? Which one is it? I used to know that. When I was writing a horror zine, right, back in the day, let me do the foundation before everything dries out. When I was doing a horror zine back in the day, I used to know all this shit. And then now it's just like, I don't remember. I'm so old. I'm so old. Blood of the Vampire is a great Japanese manga, is it? Again, I haven't really watched a lot of manga. But no, that's, I mean, that sounds really good. Oh no, Blood the Vampire. God, that's old. Blood the Vampire. That's amazing. Oh, isn't it a series now? Didn't they spin it off? Blood the Vampire. Wow. That's an old one, Renata. That's an amazing film. That's an amazing film. If you like animated films, like manga films, go and watch Blood the Vampire. That is, oh my God, Renata, that's a nostalgia vote for me. Wowzer. Oh, I'm going to have to try and find that on Netflix or Amazon Prime or one of the other streaming services. Wow. That's really, wow. Yes. Wow, Blood the Vampire. I haven't heard anybody talk about that film for so long. I can picture the cover and the lead character right now. Oh my Lord. Wow, Renata, that's completely taken me back. Wow. Good film though. You've got good taste. Really good taste. Dare I use, no, I'm not going to use my sponge dry. I'm going to use my fingers. Because I didn't go and wet a sponge before I came on stream, and it's now too late for me to go and do that. So I'm just going to blend it in with my fingers, going over my eyebrows as I tend to, because, you know, I don't have brow hair. These are tattooed on because I have alopecia. Oh, I was going to say, wasn't I? I'm being referred to a hair loss specialist for the alopecia. So they're going to check all my sugar levels and all of that first, but then they're going to do a near dark. That's a good one as well. Let the Right One In is a great new one. yes, that reminds me a little bit of It Follows. But yes, so yeah, they're going to do a skin scrape. Sounds awful, doesn't it? But they're going to just basically check that I haven't got a skin infection, which is stopping the hair on the scalp. Now, I did point out that, you know, my eyebrows also all fell out, and I have very sparse eyelashes, and that with my hair gummies that has helped. So I did point that out. But yes, but they are referring me to a hair loss specialist at last. So I'm looking forward to that. I mean, it's literally been 5 years that I've been saying to the doctors that, you know, I need this sorting. And they've all said, hormones, because you are trans, it's hormones, 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 hormones. It could be your hormones. Have you checked your hormones? And it's like, oh, for God's sake. And it was yesterday, it was the first doctor that actually went, right, okay, have you ever been checked for a fungal infection on the skin? And I was like, no. Have you ever been checked for this? Have you been checked for that? Have they checked your blood sugar? And I was like, no. How was all that? And he was like, right, okay, let's do all of these tests first, and then they're going to refer me on for onto the specialist clinic. And I was like, yes, thank you, a doctor that hasn't just said hormone. So that was amazeballs. That was absolutely amazing. Let the Right One In is the foreign version, and the American version is called Let Me In, but I think the foreign one is better. Yes, I think I've seen the foreign one. I think I've seen that one. I think I've seen that one. But yes, what was I going to say? Where am I up to? Oh, powder. Yes, I think I've seen the foreign one. I'm not sure. My memory these days of films is the bad point. It's not that I don't enjoy the films. It's that I don't remember them all. That's great that you've got a referral list. I know, right? I cannot wait, Holland. It's been donkey's years that I have been complaining about this. Absolutely, like years. And even with the cancer treatment now, I said to him, I said, you know, I'm going to be due chemo and everything. I said, so my hair might get even worse. I said, but even with all of that going on, I'm still shedding like a dog at the moment. I mean, look, if I bring all that, look how bad that is. And it isn't male pattern baldness, because it's right in the middle, and there is still baby hairs here. There are little white hairs that come back, and then they don't last very long, and then they go. And that is just absolutely awful. It's just awful. It's just one of those things that, like, no matter what I tend to do, it's just in that one place. So my hairline hasn't changed. When I saw the hairdresser to cut it all short, he's like, your hairline hasn't changed. It's not thinning from the back like male pattern baldness. It's not showing any normal pattern. He says, and there is growth here. So he says, I don't understand why that is. And he recommended again. He said, keep going back to your GP until your GP sort of listens, really. I'm just using my setting powder. This is the La Cura setting powder that we got sent by the Major. It's the Audi dupe for the Laura Mercier one. It's so finely milled. Instantly, it's just filled my fine lines in my forehead. It's amazing. It's so good, especially with my Dream Radiant Maybelline foundation. It's absolutely amazing, this powder. But yes, obviously, Renata, I totally agree with you there. The Hammer horror films with Christopher Lee are absolute classics. Like the Dracula films, Blood of Dracula, Bride of Dracula. All of those are all absolute classics. I love them. I don't tend to watch the Hammer horrors very often, just because these days, because I've seen them all so many times, I tend to go for more more modern vampire films if I'm looking for something. But to be honest, again, because I've seen so many vampire films, it's like I'm a bit done with that trope. You know what I mean? It's a bit like, oh, okay, like it's nice to see how they're redoing it. It's nice to see that, but equally at the same time, I'm a little bit like, oh, really, another one, oh, another one. You know what I mean? Right, I'm going to just do a little bit of concealer just on my under eyes. As you can probably tell, at the moment, because of the bladder issues with the cancer, I don't get a full night's sleep ever. I am up about every 2 hours at the moment peeing because my bladder can't handle a full bladder. But I've got to keep a full bladder all of the time to try and make sure that that my bladder isn't being stressed. So I'm still drinking 2.5 liters of fluid every single day. So even at night time. So when I go to bed, I am up at least every 2 hours peeing. So because of that, it means my sleep is really disjointed at the moment. It's really not a good thing in terms of sleep and in terms of overall kind of health, but it's just the way we've got to be while we're dealing with the cancer. There's just no option around it at the moment. So until we get a date for surgery again, until we go in and get the second surgery done, this is just the way things have to be at the moment. So I am experiencing a lot of purple under my eyes, a lot of bags under my eyes, and whilst I hate that, I'm also very aware of the fact there is literally nothing I can do. There is no way around it. It's like, oh, we'll get a full night's sleep. I cannot get a full night's sleep. There's no option to do that at the moment with the cancer. So I just have to sleep when I can. I will crash out during the day sometimes, and then, get 4 hours kip during the day if I'm in between massively full bladders, but there's just no way around it. So I have no choice other than just doing what I'm doing. So yeah. So basically that means I do then have to go in and use a lot more cover up. So, which is fine, you go in with a concealer and whack it all on. It's fine. It does the job. I do use my Lacura, my little dupe for the Real Techniques brush, this little one. This is my highlighter brush. But what I do is I tend to use a pressed powder, yes, with a slightly yellowy undertone. I'll let you out in a minute. And I'll use this as just like a brightening powder underneath. It's almost like a banana powder. So again, it's something that you probably won't need to do as much as I do, but I do find it works. And then I've just got to be careful for it not to get too cakey just under the eyes. But I'm going to go in a second, go back to that orange palette and just do my under eye lash line. I am going to let them all out for a toilet. Do you all want a toilet? Do you all want to go for wee-wees? Is that what you want? Hang on then, everybody. I'm going to let them all go for a wee. I'll be back very, very shortly. So literally, I will be back in about 1 minute's time. Let me just do this. You'll be able to hear me. Back in the room. Hello. Yeah, sorry everyone, the doggos needed a wee. I thought they were going to be out there for 5-10 minutes, but no, they all ran out, did their business and ran straight back in. So I'm guessing it's quite chilly. Is it too cold to stay out there? Is it? That's lovely. No, don't sit on me, Ruby. Good girl. Right. You all sit there. Good. Right, get up then if you want. Not on me, but you can get up. Go on then. That's it. Not on me, Alvy. No. You lie at that side. There you go. There we go. Lie on there. That's it. Right. Gosh, we're back, everyone. Right then. Let's go on. What was I? Look at my hair. Trying to make it go the opposite way now. What are we up to? Right. Under eye line. That's what I'm doing, isn't it? Right. Let me just. La la la. My brush is around the wrong way. In fact, I am going to twist that round. There we go. Now I can see where things are supposed to be. You know, when you just get used to like the layout and then it's upside down. So everything's in the wrong place. Everything's in the opposite place to what I'm expecting. Right. So I'm going to use this little, it's the Spectrum A116. It's just a little packing brush. And we're going to go in with the bright orange shade. So this one up here, it's the super bright orange shade. I'm going to place this on my lower lash line as my under eye liner. But if you notice, I'm putting it on my waterline. Let me just sit a little bit closer for you. There we go. So it's going on my waterline. Actually, it matches quite nicely with that coral that we put down, that fainty coral. Taking that out and up. There we go. So that's that one. And then I'm going to go in with this softer peachy cut tone. Actually, I'm not going to use that brush. I'm going to use a slightly fluffier brush. And this will be the A13 Spectrum brush, A13. It's sort of just a small, but it's a fluffy, there you go, look, it's sort of a fat version of that brush. So that's what it is straight on. And then it's a little bit fatter than the other brush. And I'm going to use this corally shade just down here, this lovely sort of peachy tone one here. And the reason I'm doing that is because it's easier to smoke out a line with a fatter brush. And then right in the corner, I'm using that yellow that we used earlier on, and I'm just going to whack that just there. Like so. So that's now under the eye as well. It's a little bit. So are you doing, Eddie, you monster? You monster. What are you doing, silly boy? It's a little bit kind of, you know, too matchy, but it won't be once I've got my mascara on. I'm going to quickly go and add my brows because I think they're looking really odd. You love that palette. It's gorgeous. It's, I mean, yeah, it's the Huda Neon orange one. That's Mr. Yes, as I say, you can get it you know, on Depop and places, normally quite cheap these days because it's been out for a good few years now at this point. Right, so I'm just going to go and do my eyebrows. As I say always, I don't have eyebrow hairs. These are tattooed on, so when I go over them with my foundation, they just all completely disappear. So I've actually got an eyebrow hair coming back just there, which is really annoying. So I do the two lines and then I just colour them in like so. I know why you're creating Mr. Mister. It's because you can hear Daddy moving around in the other room. I know. Told ya. Nearly done, love. Have you got a phone call from him about the car? No. Oh, look at that card. It was addressed to both of us, so I opened it. So I'm just doing the brow, and then I'll just shape this one down like so. So there we go. Everyone's chosen a neon orange look for me today. Rufus is ignoring me. They chose it, this palette. I came with all these other neutrals and they wanted this one, so that's what we've gone with. Oh no, your son's put gold all over his face, made a right mess. Oh, Lizzie. Oh no. That's shocking. That is also quite funny. Yeah, that is quite funny. What? Hang on, let me get my mascara. Let's use the one I was talking about, the Max Stack. We're going to use this one. What? Caroline. You know, the one that is there. So, pass me it. I'll read it to them as well. So, we've just had, when I let the dogs out, oh, gosh, go away, stupid thing. Yeah, when we've just let the dogs out, there was a card, and it says, you are braver than you... Always remember, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think, right? And it says, it's Swimming World. Oh, Jesus!
That's Elvie, just popped up.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, hang on, everyone. I'll get back to you. The dog's just knocked my drink all over my table, all over my makeup palette. Oh God!
That's Elvie.
Well, it's probably my fault for not having the drink on the table. God, sorry everyone. Sorry. Wowzer. Renata's asking, do you not like my makeup then?
It's just when you I don't know. So I wasn't expecting when you close your eyes that colour on the top of your lids, but
Not the gold.
Whatever you like, isn't it? Is that just?
Yeah, that's just an envelope. Oh God. Oh God, pass me some of that. Hang on. Sorry everyone, bang on a second. See, dogs are as bad as kids. Absolutely. Lizzie's son got sent home from school today for biting his teacher.
Oh.
But then he was saying that he liked my makeup because it was like sunshine.
Yeah.
And then he's just gone and covered his whole face in gold makeup.
Oh.
So I made a right old mess. So yeah. Right, I'm just bear with everyone. I'm just having to
getting excited to see him. What, you don't have to keep trying to jump up just because you wanted to see Daddy.
Oh gosh.
I was going to let you straight outside then as well. You have to wait a second.
Oh God, it's gone in my palettes and everything. God, Alvie. It was Alvie all along. I know, right? Sorry, everyone. Hang on. Let me just. If I move the camera to there, you can watch as I'm slowly cleaning up the outsides of these palettes and some of the insides of them. No, that can go in the bin as well. Oh, she's just knocked my coffee everywhere. Over all the palettes and everything that was on the top. Your dog is as bad as a child, Ninette. What dog have you got, Ninette? I didn't know you had a doggo. You should put pictures of doggos on Instagram. God, I mean, luckily. Oh wow, that one. I mean, luckily there was nothing in this one. It's just the box that's got destroyed. But wowzer. I know it wasn't your fault, was it? It wasn't your fault, Alvie. You can't help it. She's got some additional needs as our Alvie. So, you know, it's not her fault. So, I'm not going to shout at you, love. It just is what it is. Right, they're all fine. It's all right, they're all fine. That's all fine. Right then, we're back to the stream now, everybody. Just pick that up. That can go there. Oh gosh. Back to the stream. They've only just come back in. They were out.
Yeah.
It's quite cold out, so they all ran outside for a wee, and then they've all ran back in.
Never mind you lot.
There we go. Just grab that tissue. Okay, and then that's the rubbish. God, right. Anyway, sorry everyone. We're back. Oh, thank you. Yes. Gosh. Right then. So, just saying, we got a. What did you miss while you were walking through Holly Willoughby? Albie just decided to knock my entire coffee cup on the table over and spill pretty much an entire cup of coffee over all my makeup palettes. So that was good. Anyway, right, I'm going to use the mascara. This is the MAC Stack mascara. It gives you time to make a drink for yourself. Annie54, hello, lovely. Just spotted you live. You were cleaning up after the dogs. I thought you were cleaning the house. No. Just cleaning up after the dogs. Holland's now designing stickers. Holland's bought a Cricut. You know, those sticker designy things where you get the shapes on things. That'd be really cool. Yeah. Oh, I need to clean my watch off because that's all dripping in stuff. It's because it's waterproof, isn't it? And Rufus is just now standing on a towel on the floor, cleaning the carpet while I'm dealing with, you know, putting some mascara on. It's about right, isn't it? So I'm still on a live. Right, MAC Stack mascara. This is a really good one. Look, you can see it's got a really interesting sort of shape to it. There you go. If I hold it like that, a really interesting shape. I really love this mascara. Look at that. One go over. Make sure all the lashes are coated on the first coat. Look at that. Look at the difference instantly. Look at that difference. This is without curling them or shaping them or anything like that. This is just using the mascara. It is so lovely, so ridiculously lovely. I love it. People are saying hi to you, Rufus. He says hi. He's got his head in the fridge at the moment, just seeing what we've got in terms of... Oh, you're not in the fridge. You're in the cupboard. Sorry, he was in the cupboard under the sink. Probably looking for some wipes for the floor to clean up after the dogs. I know, right? Bless him. And then just do one layer this side, like so. So there, look at the difference, right? That is one layer of this mascara, and it's already, even with this sort of bright colored look, you can see that it's making quite a big difference to my lashes. So I'm going to let that dry down a little bit, and then I'll do my lower lash line, and I'll give another coat on the top. But I'm going to go in for my blusher, and I must have known somehow that we were going to do more orangey tones, because I ended up grabbing my Isn't It Peachy palette. That mascara is good. This mascara is so amazing. Totally recommend it. It's about £23-24 for a full size one, so it's quite expensive, but the mini one that I've got is about £7, £8 on Mac's website, or £9 I think it is on Mac's website, but you can sometimes pick them up on Depop. They're new out, so there are some on Depop for about £4 or £5. So if you want one, you can certainly get one. I would totally recommend trying it if you haven't tried it. I think it is absolutely amazing, and it's one of the reasons why I'm going through my 30 odd mascaras to whittle them all the way down, because I want to get the ones that I really like. And rather than paying out for all these random £3.99, £5.99 mascaras, I'm just going to go and get one of these, or I might just keep the small ones, because that way you know they're never going to go off. Right then, so for blushers, I'm going to go with this one here. which is this sort of softer tone. It's almost like the NARS, not the Climax, the NARS, it's the one that isn't Climax. It's the one that's a little bit lighter than that. But I'm going to go with this one first and then just see how this goes. Now I'm using my Lacura brush. Little Miss Budget got me onto these brushes after she tried them. I saw them in shop and I was like, not sure. And then she tried them out, and they're the dupes for the Real Technique ones. Currently out of stock, but that's Aldi for you. Aldi are great, but my God, is it annoying when stuff's out of stock, because they just don't come back in very often. Right, so we're going to place this not on the apple of the cheek, slightly further back, and take it up. Oh, look at that. Look at that colour. Oh, quite like that. It's all very monotone today. All very monotone. So this is the shade Bloom from this Makeup Obsession palette. Look at this, everyone. Look at this. Oh, I don't know whether I've used this one before. I normally go for the softer tone ones. I normally go sort of for this end, these two. But oh, look at this. Yes, they are very good, Ness. You're right. They're very good brushes. I use this one for my blusher just because I find it a little bit easier. But look at the color. Look at that color. That is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I love it. I am going to slightly blend it with my blending brush just to blend those edges out. Ah, love that. Love that for me. Look at that. Oh, that is really pretty. That is really pretty. Oh, that really works really nicely, actually. Right. There is this sort of slightly highlightery shade as well, which I'm going to use with that highlighter brush that I was just using. So again, it's a sort of glowy highlighty brush. Now, this is something that I find, this is something I'm liking with the sort of the modern use of blush, is that you use the tone that is very similar to your highlighter, or you use like a highlighty blush. Now, again, this is very similar to that NARS formula, you know, where it's sort of, look at that. Look at that. So it's not bang highlight, but it's like a highlighty glowy blush. And this again is very similar to that NARS formula. This is very similar to the color, the Climax type color, and this is very similar to the formula where it's got that glow. In fact, that's probably why they did it, to be fair, with Makeup Obsession. Right, so again, I'm just taking it up, so onto my upper cheek here, where the sun naturally and the light would hit it, and then up in that sort of shape, just so I've got quite a look at that. That looks really pretty, really pretty. I wasn't going to use this for a highlighter shade because I honestly wasn't intending on using this orange palette, but I actually like how this is coming out. I really do. I'm going to add a little bit of highlight to the just above my eyes. That now is pulling very, very pink. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. Quickly pull it off, pull it off, pull it off, blend it out. There we go. And I'm going to go in with my blusher, no, my bronzer at the moment. So that's my, look at that highlight, look at that blush. That is so pretty, so pretty. I think that is absolutely lovely. I don't know if this is still available. This is Makeup Obsession. What's it called? Isn't it peachy? I've probably had this 2 or 3 years as well, but it's so pretty, so pretty. Can you recommend a cream eyeshadow which you prefer? A cream eyeshadow? No, but come back next week, Anna54, 11 a.m. UK time, because I've got a bunch of cream eyeshadows and liquid eyeshadows in the other room. So I will bring my singles out next week and we'll go through those to actually, yeah, I'll go through them next week. So if that's what you like, next week we'll do singles and creams. That'll be a good one to do. Right, I'm going in with a bronzer. And this is the Lacura bronzer. This is the dupe for the Benefit Hoola bronzer. This is the dupe for that. Again, can you tell that I'm working on trying a load of Lacura products, Aldi products at the moment, just to kind of get that proper, yeah, for a video. I'm working on a video. Right, so using this brush and just going to use my bronzer. I think this is a lovely, lovely product in actual fact. I really recommend it. Totally recommend it. It goes on really nicely. It picks up nicely with a fluffy brush. You don't get any kind of clumping on it. You don't get any sort of weird patchiness. But as a bronzer, if you are somebody who likes to have that sort of slightly more bronzed look, it absolutely works. It's so pretty and it's really subtle. So I take it all the way down to sort of my ears almost, and all the way up around my hairline. I also will use a little bit of it just here on the sides of the neck and just a little bit on the jawline, because I haven't done a lot of my contour yet.
Oh, that's fire, that is.
It is fire. The look is,
and it bang.
It is a banging look. This look bangs. It is total fire. You're in hospital next week, but we'll catch up when I come out. Oh, my darling, I hope you're well. I hope everything goes well. I hope it's nothing too serious in the hospital. To be fair, I might be in hospital next week. We don't know when I'm due in, do we yet? Yeah, we'll do that in a sec once I come off the live. So I'm just taking what was left on my bronzer brush, and just taking it down my nose. Now, obviously, that isn't a contour shade. That is a bronzing shade. So as I would normally say, I don't like using my my bronzers for contouring. But I'm also acutely aware that I am running very low of my current bronzer. My current contour, which I now can't even find it. Oh, shiza. Oh, hang on. It was on the table, which means it is on the floor. Yep. Oh no. Oh no. Please don't be covered. Please don't be. It's covered in coffee. It should be okay. This is the Illamasqua. Illamasqua. What's it called? Sculpting Powder Duo. This is so old. It's in my team project pan, and for those of you that are waiting for my team project pan, I'm going to film it in the next couple of days. The quarterly refresh, I'm behind on it, so it's fine. And I will explain where some of the products are, what's happened, and also do all my weigh-ins for the products. But this is, look at all I've got left on my contour shade. That is all I've got left. It's ridiculous. I am running so low on this that I'm just almost out of it. And this is a product that I can't buy another one of because it is out of stock, out of availability. But we're going for that full chiseled look today then, because we've got such a bold, bright sort of summer kind of look. I know I was going for spring, wasn't I? Sam Leaney, good afternoon, Lisa. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Sam. How are you, my darling? You can see I'm nearly finished today's look. I know, right? It's only a 3-hour stream at this point. It's not going to go for 4 hours. We're going to cut it off by 2 o'clock at the latest. So contouring under the double chins. Use Pound Shop bronzer. It's okay. Yeah. I quite like the powder I was just using. My brightening powder is the Makeup Gallery Pound Shop Smoothly Does It one. This is actually quite a good brightening powder, and I do use bits of that. You've just got home from work, Sam. You're very tired. Oh, bless you. What do you do for a living? What do you do that leaves you very tired at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon from work? What is it that you do, my darling? Let's have a discussion in the chat. Now, I didn't anticipate on an orangey corally look, so I haven't got any orangey corally lipsticks. So anyway, I tell you what, before we go on to the lippy, let me just seal up my brushes in my brush thing, just so that the dogs don't eat them all. There we go. So I seal that up. Love this, love this, love this. And what lippies have I got left in here? Oh, I tell you what I could use for lippy. I've got my Juvia's Place one, but this is the brown. Have you cut your hair, Lisa? It suits you short. Yes, well, I didn't cut it. My hairdresser did it for me. No, that's going to be too brown. Yeah, I got it cut from the hairdressers because obviously there's a full video for the cancer update, but I'm needing a second bout of cancer surgery. Have you been watching Amber Turd and Johnny Depp? Oh, I have. I absolutely have. Yes, I have. I've been following it very, very closely. We're getting into the Amber Turd bit. Yeah. Well, she pooed. She left a grumpy. That's what the name is now. The name is now Grumpy. So yeah, Grumpy. No, Grumpy is the name for a turd, a poo. So if you need to go for, are you going for a wee or are you having a grumpy? That's what you say now, because that's what Johnny Depp called it. Because basically, she went off on her birthday. She flew out to go and do something when they were arguing and left a giant grumpy on the bed. And her lawyer said, oh, it will be from the dogs. And he basically went, no, it's not from the dogs. I've cleaned up after these dogs for years. They are teacup Yorkies. They don't leave giant grumpies. And so that was really, really funny. Really, 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 really funny. Oh my God. I giggled and giggled and giggled. I thought that was so funny. And just the way he said it. But yeah, I think it's the most extraordinary case. And my gut feeling is that I honestly believe that it was a toxic relationship. Let's put it that way. But I honestly believe that Johnny Depp was absolutely victimized by Amber Heard. Absolutely victimized. And I think that now that we know the series of events and we know what happened, it's very obvious that when everybody has said there were no marks on her face, the police were there twice, there was no marks on her face, she left, everything was fine, and then very, very quickly afterwards she went for the divorce court with a brown smudge on her face that was supposed to be a bruise. The whole thing about the makeup palette that she was using to cover up the bruises wasn't even available until after the divorce, and her lawyers are saying, no, this is what she used. It's like literally me going, this is what I used in 2005. No, this didn't come out till 2015. And you go, no, it was this one. It was absolute. And that's what her lawyers have done. And so there's all these things that just paint a picture. And overall, like individually, they're just one-off events. But overall, it really, really, as somebody who's been through toxic relationships and regularly has to fight a toxic relationship with somebody in my life, not Rufus, but somebody who's been in my family for a long time, I see that gaslighting. And I see that thing where you have a conversation and you say, like, for an example, there was a conversation that we had about an issue. And I said to this particular person, I said, oh, this that you're going through, it could be a phase. It could be something that lasts. You need to give it time. Don't react either way. Count that this could be, say, for example, somebody turns vegan, right? So, or somebody comes out as bisexual, right? That sort of thing. And you say to them, and you say to like the parent, right, don't panic, don't worry, don't treat this child any differently. Like, it may be that the veganism is a phase. It may be that they come out and realize that actually they are vegan and that means a lot to them, or that they are bisexual and that means a lot to them. Or it could just be that they're experimenting, and it could just be that in 6 months' time, it will just be they no longer identify as LGBTQ+, or they no longer, choose a vegan lifestyle, whatever it is, that may not be them. Don't instantly go, right, we're going, no, you can't be vegan, I'm not going to allow it. Or don't say, blah, blah, blah. Whatever that is, just allow them to discover themselves, right? And just accept them for who they are and see where you are in 6 months or a year's time. That was the conversation that I had. However, right now, it's been thrown back in my face, or recently was thrown back in my face as, you said that my child was going through a phase and that this would not last. And I was like, no, I didn't. That isn't what I said. What I said was, this could be a phase. This could be something that in time differs. And this is actually, for this particular thing, it was, well, I can talk about it a little bit, can't I? Yeah, so it was a gender issue, right? And one of the things that the gender services look for in a child that is gender non-conforming, before they say, you're trans, here, have all the hormones, which they never do for child services. Like, you've got to be 18, generally speaking, before you start anything else, right? But this person, I basically said, look, this could be a phase, this could be something, support them and just see how it goes. Now, the reality is that actually this wasn't a phase, and this person is still identifying that way, which is great. That's them. But the thing that the gender services look for are the 3 Ents, we call it: persistent, consistent, and what's the other one? Oh yeah, insistent. So insistent, persistent, consistent. So insistent, when the world is saying that you're not the identity that you are saying that you are, they're insisting they are. So if you've got somebody that was assigned female at birth and they are insisting they're a boy, they insist that. Persistent, that it stays. So this is the fact that it's not a phase. And consistent, that once they've chosen, or once they've started to explore their identity, that is a consistent thing. That it isn't like, now they're this, now they're not, now they're this, 6 months later they're, you know, it isn't that. Those are the 3 things that the gender services look for, and that was the conversation I had with this person. They're now trying to swear that the sky is green and the grass is pink, and that wasn't what was said. And it's that pattern that I've had in my life for a long time. Now, watching the Amber Heard Johnny Depp case, I can see that she is doing a lot of those same manipulative movements, or seems to be so far. She has done a lot of those where she said, you know, in one of the audios, she says, I haven't punched you, I'm just hitting you. I didn't do that. And Johnny says, no, that was after she hit me. And then she's saying that she recorded all these conversations where she's saying, I didn't, you know, I didn't hit you, I didn't hit you, I didn't punch you, I just hit you. It's like, well, the definition between the two isn't important at this stage. That doesn't make a lot of sense. You're still massively in the wrong for going to violence. And that's something which I think is really telling in this case. I really do think it's really obvious now. And it's really sad. It's really sad. But anyway, I went off on a tangent, didn't I? Imagine that, me going off on a tangent, talking about makeup and ending up talking about a thing in my personal life. Oh, well, there you go. Shit happens. Right then, I am going to try and finish the look today with a lippy. Now, I do only have pretty much with me, I've only got, I think, 3 lipstick options. I'm just trying to see if I've got any other one in here, because for some reason I didn't grab lipsticks out. So it may well be that I'll have to use my final lipstick option. I'll have to do my final lippy off camera and show you. Oh no, there we go. There we go. I can use this one. I can use this one. Right. So they will probably make a comedy film out of it all. I don't think they will. I don't think they will. It is really telling for anybody that's been in an abusive or toxic relationship. I think it is really telling how bad this relationship was, and how much Johnny Depp was at a point in time where he was coming off prescription pain meds, which if any of us have been on pain meds long term, you know is a fight, but also coming off alcoholism and using other things, other drugs, to try and numb the physical pain. And that is something that is really difficult to do for a lot of people. And so I think anybody who's ever had addictive personalities or addictive sort of elements in their life can recognize that. And it really does seem that she took advantage. It really does. Now, obviously, we haven't got the full evidence yet, but at this point, I think the court of public opinion is really swinging in Johnny Depp's favour. I really, really do. But yeah, I will be watching it a bit later. I know, right? That was a 20-minute tangent, wasn't it? Me talking about Johnny Depp and everything. Anyway, I'm using a JSC lipstick. This is the one in Rose Matter. Rose Matter? Yes, Rose Matter. And it's a slightly pinky, but a sort of a nude, but pink, if that makes sense. I know, so I'm just finishing up now, love. All right, I'm coming now. So there we go. That is the lips on. And that is going to be the finished look today, because we do need to nip out very, very, very shortly. So there you go, everybody. What do you think about the finished look? Let me just find where is my oh, hang on, my setting sprays are there, because of course, you know, of course they're going to be in a different thing. So then I'm just going to spray the face. And I'm going to grab a I would grab a hairbrush, but I think I might be sat on it and I can't find where I put it. That's very useful. Well done, Lisa. When everything got covered in coffee, I think I panicked and everything went everywhere. But yes, there we go. So then, hang on, how does this work? Oh yeah, this one goes back on this side. There we go. And then this side goes up and then down like so. Just so it'll be about 10 minutes, half an hour, 20 minutes, 10, 20 minutes. But there you go, everyone. That is today's look. I did say I was going to finish up with another a second go on the MAC Stack mascara, just to give it that second coat. But this is the look. It's very, very springtime. It's very orangey. I do quite like it, to be fair. I don't think it's something I would have chosen myself. So thank you to everybody for picking this. I really don't think it's something I would have chosen myself. But let me just show you what this looks like. Oh, and I've just done a little bit of mascara just there. Never mind, I'll clean that up. There we are. Look, can you see the difference now with 2 coats and 1 coat? Like the second coat just really does lift it up a little bit. But there we go, everybody. That is today's finished look using the Huda Beauty Neon Orange palette. And there we go. Again, I've managed to get a little bit of my mascara up onto my eyes at the top. That's what happens when you've got a hooded lid, basically. So if anyone does that, if you ever do have that issue happen, take a brush with a spoolie on the end, and then you just wait for it to dry a little bit, and then you just scratch it off with a spoolie and it disappears. So there you go, just takes it off. So there you go, everyone. That is today's finished look. Let me know all your thoughts and feelings down in the comment section. If you haven't already, please do all the YouTubey things, the likey, subscribey, and all of that. And yes, thank you so much for joining. Don't forget, if you are joining this on the replay crew, please do put the brush emoji down into the chat, because today's been all about creating a very different look using a lot of colors and a lot of brushes, or not a lot of brushes, but some brushes. But there you go. Let me know your thoughts and feelings, and as always, I will see you on the next one. And as we always say on this channel, stay you, stay safe, stay authentic, and I will definitely see you next time. Bye bye. Oh, hang on 1 second. You're watching Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty or Beyond Authentic Weird and Witchy. Whichever channel you're watching, don't forget to give us a massive thumbs up. That really helps us out with YouTube's algorithm. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ding your bell so that YouTube should notify you each and every time we upload a video. But if you'd like to support us and the channel just a little bit more, you can always go across to buymeacoffee.com/Beyond Authentic, where you can in fact buy